And what is your beef? Why do you have such a problem with me?
Can we get the real Andy? I would prefer the real Andy.
Oh, let's get the real Max. I'll take off my mask when you take off your mask, brother.
Because who's your new favorite YouTuber, Ian, that wanted to be on the show with us?
The Madman. The Madman.
Mad Movie Man.
Let's bring on Max Movies because he scares the living shit out of me. Hold on.
Oh, wow.
Mad Max says, I think you should apologize. Right? I'm sitting here in a goddamn torn down pool house.
I don't even know who
the
you
pool house
are.
is torn apart. Okay, it's torn apart because I'm remodeling on my $70 webcam. Okay, I'm no better than you.
Movie Madness Entertainment.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, my pal Joe, the craziest of Joes. How's it going?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm actually in a decent mood. I'm home I took a real long nap after work, but I got up early enough to set up a live stream. It's just that I was going through the topics and I was like trying to figure out what to find for like an hour and a half just on Twitter or X and on social media. And then there is stuff to talk about. You just got to search for it. Now, I'm going to be going into more rumors lately, Joe, and that's because I like them. It gets me excited about what James Gunn's doing. And also, it's much better than talking about like real world stuff. Unfortunately, real world stuff is overtaking the news cycle of pulp culture. And sometimes that takes a back seat. But we're going to find fun stuff to talk about here, including the main topic of the stream. And if you would be so kind as to like, subscribe, comment, because we are having great things coming up on MME and the MME group of channels. And I will do my best to have some sort of small giveaway right now because, funds are tight for everyone. I might just send cash out in the mail, like $20 or something for a giveaway. I was thinking about getting gift cards or anything, but you know what? I might just do that. And I'm just going to say it's cash in an envelope. So hopefully it gets to you, but that's what I will try to do towards the end of this month. And I'm really excited to talk about this main topic, though. Have you heard about the Deathstroke and Bane team-up film?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know. I'm assuming this is a rumor right now, although the more and more I think about it, it makes absolute sense because something else that James Gunn, I don't know if it was 100% confirmed, but major trades were covering it. The Supergirl writer, right, is also planning to work on Teen Titans. These are two characters that go great with each other. Two sets of characters, the Teen Titans, Deathstroke, and then hopefully Bane gets in there too. I don't know if the Teen Titans have gone against Bane before. Joe, you can let me know there because you like the comics, right?
I mean, I've been kind of out of the comics for about 15 years now. The comics from throughout the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, I could tell you a lot about, but they lost me at around the time of my first marriage. I don't remember ever reading a Bane Titan story. Doesn't mean it hasn't happened.
Now, this is just my speculation that it just makes sense that they're developing two things at the same time. So I think it's extremely plausible with the Deathstroke and Bane team-up film. I feel like focusing on villains is a great thing that James Gunn can do that can differentiate it from past versions of DC, where there were villains, but they weren't given that extra. You know what I mean? Even in Christopher Nolan's Dark, I still didn't like Bane. I still don't think Bane was done right in live action. What's your thoughts on Bane?
Right now, it's going to be very hard to top the Bane that we're getting on Kite Man. Hell yeah.
Well, from he's the same Bane from the Harley Quinn show.
Yeah, and he is just phenomenal.
Oh yeah, honestly, I think that's the best Bane.
I mean, there's an episode. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but there's an episode of Kite Man Hell Yeah where Bane is on the toilet, and as he's pooping, he goes, "And now for the denouement." Greatest line.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
What's funny figure drawing is that this Bane from Harley Quinn and Kite Man is, I think it's in a weird way, it was kind of created from the memes off of Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight Rises,
Now,
Tom Hardy's version of Bane, how silly his voice sounds.
See, I thought Tom Hardy's Bane was quite good.
I'll have to watch it
I
again.
didn't really like his
I didn't like the
mask.
voice.
Well, I like the voice, but I didn't like the mask. I thought the mask was goofy looking. Like, I wish they gave him the full.
You know what it was, Joe, that
wrestling
really
mask.
killed it for me in the movie theater? The audio was just ridiculous for Bane, because you're looking at him in front of you, and then the way they filmed the audio, it sounds like Bane's talking from outside the plane. Like, for instance, the opening scene, the plane, which is a cool sequence. It completely took me out of the film when he starts talking, because and it's over in the corner of the back of the theater, and it doesn't seem like the voice is coming from the character. You know, when you do like ADR and voiceover at the end of the movie, it should feel like it's naturally coming from what you're looking in front of you. It really was disconnected for me. The voice and then the Tom Hardy's body over here. And obviously they filmed his voice separate after, because you're not going to get good audio through a mask.
Well, from what I understand, the audio was so hard to understand that they had to go back and remix it so that people could hear it. But I mean, I hate that movie. I think it's a pretty terrible movie. But I thought Nolan's or what do you call it? Hardy's Bane was one of the better things about the film.
Okay, well, I'm gonna rewatch it. It's I'll be honest. Every time I rewatch it, but besides the theater, I don't finish it. I stop it. I'm like, I can't take this.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
It's a hard movie to sit through.
It's not bad.
I knew you were Batman because you had sad eyes. I saw sadness in your eyes, and I was like, "That's Batman."
Mm-hmm.
Come on, BS.
Yeah, but let's talk about what I'll right off the bat. If this is accurate, James Gunn is surpassing my wildest dreams of what he can accomplish, and more so than I will say, Creature Commandos. The projects that I heard about so far, besides the obvious projects like Superman, Batman, you know, you're going to do Superman, Batman. The projects that I'm most excited about are Supergirl, Creature Commandos, because you haven't really got a really good Supergirl movie, and Creature Commandos because I do know, even though I think Gun Nuts, is that what you call yourself? Gun Nuts, yeah. Gun Nuts go overboard on, like, he can make any character interesting. I don't think that's always the case, but I do think Creature Commandos will be interesting, especially with the talent involved, including the guy from that show you like,
Alan Tudyk. Alan Tudyk is a national treasure, man.
Yeah.
That guy.
So that cast is a fire cast. Some of the other projects that, you know, I'm not really. I know you're excited about Guy Gardner. I'm not. I'm okay with it, but whatever. Some of the other side characters that they're talking about, plastic.
Booster Gold got me. Booster Gold is hands down my favorite superhero, without question. My favorite.
That's great, and I'm happy for you. And I'm excited about the Lanterns more. And this topic, Deathstroke and Bane team up. I didn't think about doing a team up when you bring Deathstroke. You know, we were really close to having a Deathstroke with Joe Manganiello in the DC after the end of the Justice League, and then there was talk about him being a solo Batman movie and then a solo Deathstroke movie, and I think he would be okay. Now there are still people that are like, oh, bring him back, and I'm like, I think it's too much time's passed, and he is a little bit older, and there's other people that could probably do a really
I
good
think
Deathstroke.
I think you could still bring him back though, because he
Yeah.
never actually made an appearance in any of the movies except for the
the end
post credits, and you never saw his face, right? He had a mask on.
No,
didn't
he took his mask off.
Did he? Oh well, I don't know. I don't think people care that much.
But the idea of a Bane, of a villain team up movie is just, I don't know, like chef's kiss. Like that excites me more so than a lot of others projects. What's your initial thoughts just on the premise of a team up villain movie?
This doesn't excite me, but
Okay.
it's like, I mean, look, I trust James Gunn.
Yeah.
I love DC Comics. I trust James Gunn. This is something you could easily sell me on, but much like the Thunderbolts, yeah, I trust Kevin Feige. I'm going to go see every Marvel movie, but I wasn't excited for Thunderbolts until you showed me that trailer. You could easily get me excited for this, but I'm not there yet.
Okay. I also think of the possibilities that might come up with the team up movie. My initial thoughts is they may not have anything to do with Teen Titans. It just might be Bane and Deathstroke. But I think once you introduce the Teen Titans and then you have Bane, where I would go, just thinking about it, is do Bane and Deathstroke team up, a Teen Titans 1 movie, and then have them go against each other in Teen Titans 2. You know? That's my initial thoughts, is where I'd want to see it, because I love when the Teen Titans go up against Deathstroke. That's my initial thoughts. Cal says Deathstroke, Arrowverse Deathstroke is the best stroke. And
that was Manu Bennett.
No, I agree. He did a good job in there. I really enjoyed his version of Deathstroke.
As I always say, Manu Bennett has the penis I've seen the second most in my life. Because of Spartacus. Dude was nude in every episode of Spartacus, like to the point where my friend and I joked he had it in his contract. Like, well, look, I'll do the show, but I need it in writing that I get to show my dick off like every 6, episodes. Or
well, I guess he accomplished that goal. This article here, yes, Jacob. And Jacob, if you would like to put some questions or topics in the mailbag, I'm trying to just leave one mailbag open a week, and I will heart the comments that are already done. But feel free to leave some topics or comments in the mailbag, because I am doing some members mailbag today. And good segue. I know times can be, tight right now, but if you are in a position where you may be able to join MME membership starting at 99 cents, it would be really greatly appreciated. It helps the show, helps the live streams, and there are member benefits coming. The mailbag, members live on Sunday, and I hope to do even more for you members there. And I really appreciate all the support, and all the likes and comments really mean a lot to me. Really do. So, hey, Mama Bear. Arrowverse, Bronze Tiger was the best. So this article here says that okay, let me bring it up. Bane and Deathstroke film can redeem one of DC's biggest villains. Now, before we even get into the article, where did you hear about this? Because I was like, I didn't hear about this, and I was looking for topics. I was like, what? They might be doing a Bane and Deathstroke film? When did this start?
I don't remember. I think they maybe on the Campia show the other day. I don't know. Someone was talking about it. Someone was talking about it on YouTube the other day, but I can't remember who.
Okay. Well, I was shocked by this, and I was like, really? This sounds awesome. Like, and I don't know how plausible it is. What do you think? Do you think this is just a rumor, or do you think that this is actually happening?
It could happen, but I mean, I don't know. I think it's too soon for something like this. Like, are Deathstroke or Bane that well? Like, okay, the Joker. You could do the Joker. We got the Joker 2 coming out. You could do a Penguin TV show. Everyone knows who the Joker is. Everyone knows who the Penguin is. But when you're trying to start a new universe, Okay, Superman makes sense. Supergirl makes sense. But if you say Bane versus Deathstroke, is that going to move the needle on most people? I don't
think
know.
the combination of Deathstroke and Bane together might. Like I think it's brilliant to do a team up villain movie, which we haven't really seen much of. We've seen solo villain movies. We've seen the Sony ones. We've seen Joker, Joker 2, which unfortunately people don't seem to be thrilled about Joker 2. I still want to see it. My wife says no. She doesn't want to see it with me.
I can't wait. We're going tomorrow night. We got tickets for tomorrow night.
I actually don't think Bane is more popular than Deathstroke. I don't think they're like the most popular villains ever.
I agree with that. I think the general public knows Bane because of Dark Knight Rises alone. But Deathstroke is, I think, a little more niche.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Lisa, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Lisa.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, Anthony, what's your thoughts on this initial report? And then we're going to go in this article, how Bane and Deathstroke can redeem one of DC's biggest villains. I am so excited about this project, Anthony.
It's actually not a Deathstroke when Bane team up. It's actually not. They clarified that it's gonna be. It might be another team involved in it, which is and then Deathstroke and Bane meet up later. I think this might be like a reboot of a Suicide Squad, something like that.
What?
But it's an article that's not like
in this article or what article?
It was I gotta find it.
Yeah, please find that for me. Bane is in more media than Deathstroke. Okay.
Yeah, I'd say a third.
Well, Deathstroke became popular in the 2000s when in the Teen Titans show, obviously, and then obviously over the year the Arrowverse, and everybody loved Deathstroke from there, and then after that, what is it? Teen Titans Go, sort of the Teen Titans Go Kid show. He show up there as well. So Deathstroke been popular for the last decade or so.
Samuel says so. It's not a Bane and Deathstroke team up. It's the Secret Six with Bane and Deathstroke.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's like a.
But Bane and Deathstroke aren't in the Secret Six, though.
I guess they probably. I guess they're gonna change and put them together in the team.
Of course, we got a Thunderbolts movie coming out that's got nobody who's actually in the Thunderbolts. So I guess.
Well, I don't know about the Secret Six, honestly. Let me do. Do we have any articles or pictures of Secret Six?
You could Google the DC comic Secret Six.
Yeah, it's usually Catman, Ragdoll. I mean, Catman's the constant. Like Catman's usually the leader of the Secret Six.
Usually, but they're not going to introduce Catman soon.
All right, let me bring this up. So, actually, if you're accurate, Samuel, and if Anthony's telling the truth here, and it's actually Secret Six, that's kind of even cooler for me. I know I have the internet, but I'm on a live stream, Cal. I'm googling. I brought up Batman Wiki, so let's look at what the Secret Six says, and then hopefully Joe and Anthony can help me with this. Okay, so it says on the Batman Wiki, the Secret Six is brought together and villains united. A group of villains faced off against other super criminals. Neither hero nor villain. These rogues do whatever is in their best interests. Bane is in there. He's in this picture. History. The Secret Six was a team of covert operatives formed by a mysterious figure identified only as Mockingbird, who controlled the team and assigned them missions while maintaining anonymity. Oh man, is Anthony right? Is this just like another Suicide Squad? Similar premise, but are they forced to do it though, Joe, Anthony? Are they forced? Like the Suicide Squad has no choice. They have a thing implanted in them. Why would the villains come together for this mysterious Mockingbird? Are they forced to do it, or it's their own volition? Villains united. So Deathstroke's there? Maybe they could bring back The Rock. Black Adam's floating up there.
I don't. I mean, it would be surprised if he comes back and listen to James Gunn, but you know, like I mean, if it is that, because in the article, it
It's
literally
Waller
said,
again. Waller's Mockingbird.
I mean, if it is, I mean, if it is, I'm not surprised.
So they could potentially use the Waller show to start this.
They could if they really wanted to.
Man, Amanda Waller's the most consistent character in all of the DC. She
I
keeps
mean,
popping
because
up.
like she's a very popular character. Like, you know, people like her. Although she could be evil as hell if you don't demand her thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Joe or Anthony, do you know why they listen to Mockingbird? These villains, why they?
It's been a long time since I read.
You can't
Secret
remember?
Six. Yeah, I mean, they were introduced around the time of Countdown to Infinite Crisis. There were multiple miniseries they introduced at the same times. There was like Villains United, and there was the Rand Thanagar War, and oh God, they all tied in together. It's been 20 years. It's been 20 years since I read them. So,
all right. Well, it says the original Secret Six series only lasted 7 issues, leaving plot threads. Another Secret Six team was organized only to go on 18 issues. The premise of a team being run by an honest figure known only as Mockingbird was kept, but now the team was compromised the villains. They began as a team of villains who did not want to submit to the newly established secret society of supervillains, but grew into a team of mercenaries. So if they went with the modern age version and there's a secret society and they are going against that, that would be really cool. But I don't know. That would be pretty ambitious. I don't know if they would do that for. Can you imagine they were also being in a secret society in this
I mean,
DC?
that would be a cool angle because, like,
Yeah.
the superheroes wouldn't. I mean, the DCU superheroes wouldn't know where they come from, and stuff like that. So that would be a cool angle if they do that for the movie. Yeah.
It says Lex Luthor under
Yeah.
the guise of Mockingbird.
Yeah, Lex Luthor. Yeah, I mean, we know he's
So
showing up.
it may not even be Waller. It may be Lex.
It could be Lex or Waller. Depends.
So it could be this version. Who's the new Lex Luthor?
The guy
What's
from
the actor's name?
Nicholas Hoult.
Nicholas Hoult. If he puts together the Secret Six, that's pretty epic. These original 6 were Scandal, Savage, Deadshot, Cheshire, Fiddler, Ragdoll, and Parademon. There's so much about DC I don't know. Yeah, Bruce would be great for this. I should contact Blackest Night. Isn't Blackest Night also a character in the other project that they're working on with the Authority? No, maybe I'm.
No, that's the Authority's a whole different team. Okay. It's a government team and stuff like that.
Okay.
Which I think that James Gunn is directing that movie. He just haven't announced it yet. I think he probably gonna announce it after Superman Legacy premiere that he's directing that movie.
Well, I have to say I'm impressed with
because there's one
premise.
character from Superman that show up from the Authority. So like there's no way you're just gonna introduce her there and the engineer. You're just gonna introduce her in Superman, but you're just gonna let another director do your work. I don't know about that. So
Okay. Shout out to CJH. That's not what I wanted to. By the way, I got the 5K finally. It's almost like making content grows channels. Awesome, CJH. Shout out to CJH. Awesome. Blackest Night. Yeah. Shout out to CJH. Thank you, Cheeseman. Not to get in politics. I don't know if Walls did a great job last night. I don't know. We'll see.
it's pretty much useless. I was like,
All right.
Okay, they both did okay from both sides. Whatever, whatever.
All right. So Bane and Deathstroke are 2 Batman villains with plenty of previous live-action appearances. Arrow and Titans on television, while Joe Manganiello was set to appear in Ben Affleck's version. Ryan Ra's al Ghul deserves a more faithful adaptation. I gotta be real. I'm not
Yeah,
I don't.
I do think he does because no, I love Neil Nielsen. He did a good job with it, but you kind of whitewash him because he's Harab. So like that's that's a whole different. Well, Nolan did it for
Besides
but
the
yeah, but he does need to.
ethnicity of the
He does need
character,
one. And
I'm not like really Ra's al Ghul storyline. I'm like thrilled about. Like,
But
I'm just
also,
okay.
like if Andy's still directing the next Batman movie, if you could introduce him there because he's also Damian grandfather, and his daughter is the one that got Bruce pregnant. So I mean, Bruce got her pregnant. My bad. So like Natalia. So like that would be the perfect time to introduce.
I don't see
there.
that. I don't
Very
see
good.
Hollywood doing a better adaptation than Batman Begins, though.
And that was not an adaptation of Rage Al Ghul whatsoever.
But I mean, I think that's as far as they would go with it.
No.
And then she hit the storyline. They had his daughter in the third one.
That was and she then in Dark Knight Rises that piece of shit movie brought her back.
Okay.
And then that terrible.
Joe, what do you think of Ra's al Ghul? I don't need another version, honestly. I'd rather see other characters. I'm not against the character, just
Yeah, it's not one of my favorites. He's all right. He's
Yeah,
fine.
typical L. Anyways, but he's
what do you say?
bro? He's literally Bruce literally called her. He literally called Bruce the greatest detective ever from any medium. Like him and him always fight every time. So like I mean, if Andy does the Batman movie, I would not mind seeing one of these villains showing up in Brave New Bull. Also because he does have tied to Damien. You have to.
Oh, so that's the whole
Yeah.
premise of this article, is doing a better Ra's al Ghul, including the immortal storyline with the Lazarus Pit. That's what they want to go with for Brave and the Bold. That's what the person in the article wrote. I don't know. I don't know if I want to see that. I mean, I'm on board for anything, but I don't know if I want to see all the immortal storyline with Batman and Ra's al Ghul. It was even in the animated series, right?
I mean, I guess he's kind of got to be there.
Yeah.
Because if Damien's
Damian grandfather, like you have to have him there. If you're not, then what the hell are you doing? You're a terrible director if you don't have him there.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you don't. Maybe you lead to him, like you mentioned. You mentioned your grandfather.
I'm pretty sure, like Damien is probably gonna hint at him and his mother and stuff like that. They're gonna hire like a 15-year-old actor and a 40-year-old actor to play Batman, like James Gunn said already. So,
well, listen to what Samuel says. I actually completely disagree with you. I think James Gunn already knows what his next project's going to be, and he's going to direct it.
I think he's gonna direct Authority or no, he's not doing Supergirl. That's another director.
I think he is going to set up his next project to either start filming right before Superman gets in the theaters, or right after.
Yeah. I think
after.
I think right. I think once Superman premiere in July, he's probably going to
be filming.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be filming by September.
He's probably going to announce that he's filming something, which I don't mind.
He's going to be filming by September 2025 at the latest. He's already directed episodes of Peacemaker after Superman.
Yeah, he's directing a couple of episodes, like 3 or 4 at least for Peacemakers.
Well, how would you respond, Joe, to Samuel's comment here that he isn't making movies anytime soon after Superman is going to be hands-on with scripts and production? Yeah, I think he's going to do both.
I absolutely. There's no way he stops directing. One of the main reasons he turned down the job at first was because he's a creative. It was only when they said Peter Safran will handle the business side that he finally said, okay, he wants to be getting his hands dirty. That's what he likes doing. He likes making movies.
Yeah. And to be honest, this is why he's better for the job than, for instance, Matt Reeves, which they probably could. I think at the beginning they were considering Matt Reeves and Todd Phillips because
thank God Todd
hold on, Anthony. But there's a article or out there that says that they were basically begging Todd Phillips to take over before they went to James. And I think James is a better fit than both Matt Reeves and Todd Phillips. Honestly,
Todd, after what he did with the
he's
latest
way more
Joker movie,
prolific.
yeah, no. Todd
He's
is
he's working on he's shooting on all cylinders. Now, if he becomes a success or not, we'll still have to wait and see. But there are so many things he's working on right now.
I'm a huge Matt Reeves fan in general, but I hate what he did with Batman so much. Like, I'm really glad he's not in charge. Like, I mean, I loved Cloverfield. I loved his Apes movies. I really loved. He did a wonderful horror movie. It was a remake of a Swedish film called Let Me In. And I would argue that his version was better than the Swedish original. So the only thing he's ever done that, well, no, I take that back because the Pallbearer with David Schwimmer was pretty terrible. But other than the Pallbearer and the Batman, I pretty much like loved everything he's done. So,
okay. Yeah, I agree. I actually like the Batman. I just think he takes really long to get projects together.
It's about 4 years to make something.
Yeah. And I don't think you could do that being the head of the studio. I think you have to be I think you have to be faster. I think that's actually part of the role. You got to be faster to get these projects together.
The script ready and the directors you want to direct for the project. Matt Reeves is not that whatsoever.
All right. Let me
Though his
see.
production company is doing a good job, though. I have to give him that.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me also bring up the Teen Titans. Now, this is an older article.
I do hear, by the way, though, that Penguin is better than the Batman. So maybe I should watch Penguin.
I'll enjoy the first 2 episodes so far.
Do you like shows like
Sopranos,
The Sopranos, and things like that, mafia shows?
Not particularly. I mean, like,
that's what I heard. It's like really like
it's similar to. It's like, yeah, it's like that, but more, like a comic booky stuff and stuff like that. People was going crazy. Whoa, why you changed the Penguin to Oz? That's not a big difference. Oz, like like just whatever.
Well, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow scribe Anna Noguera will write the screenplay.
Yeah.
Teen Titans live action movie at a go at DC Studios, an exclusive from Hollywood Reporter. This was back in March.
Yeah, back in March.
Yeah. Did you hear the new news that came out today?
About this?
No, about the Dynamic Duo movie.
Oh, yeah, we could bring that up. If you do, you have something like a.
I mean, I don't have anything ready to go.
I'll look it up. Give me a second.
They announced an animated movie about the origins of Dick Grayson and Jason Todd.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, that news was very well received in this house because my daughter is she loves the Robin characters, like all the Robins. Those are her favorite characters. And my daughter Jackie, the 16-year-old,
just look up Matt Reeves and James Gunn new project.
Yeah, when she heard about that, she like flipped out. She was so excited. So, and I was excited too because the article says it's going to be a combination of animation and puppetry. And you know me, so I love my puppetry.
I have something to bring this up. Thank you, Joe. I honestly think this is a great project. I take an L for what? What did I take an L for? Secrets. I could have used you here, Bruce. We could probably, if we can do a power hour tomorrow about the Secret Six, I would love to.
He's saying you take the L to work in the morning. Like you don't drive, you take the L.
I wake up with an L. Is that what you're saying, Joe and Anthony?
No, he's saying that's how you get to work. You take the L.
Well, I roll out the bed, I turn to the left, and I start working.
Oh.
Okay. So, yeah, Bruce, I need to talk to you about the Secret Six. We need to get a lot of info on that because if they are developing it, that's really cool.
If they are developing it, they can't tell you.
So this is the animation studio for Dynamic Duo. Hold on, let me see. Oh, great. My wife's calling. I'm on a stream. Forget that. A reel from Swaybox Studios, who will do animation for DC Studios' Dynamic Duo. Momo Animation is a cross between CGI animation, practical elements of stop motion, and live action real-time performance. Man, is that ambitious. So we're not going to watch Hey, Zentech. Thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. I could get you on the show soon, too. We could talk about some DC. Max eats 3 square L's a day.
Wow.
Samuel says Brave and the Bold isn't getting made. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's bullshit.
Okay. Well, thanks, Samuel, for the comment. But let's look at this animation. I'm not going to play it through. I'm just going to skip through it to see a mixture of stop motion. Look at this. Now, I will say my initial thoughts are just like Miles Morales is a very popular character now.
Yes.
I think he's more popular because of the Sony movie, animated movie. And I think they have struggled, even though Batman is extremely translatable to live action. Robin is a little more difficult. Getting a young actor, the right the right age, the costuming, whereas this type of animation mix of stop motion, animation, I think is going to appeal to the character more than even live action. And I do think the decisions like this are made after the success of Across and Into the Spider-Verse makes it more. But this looks great. What do you think of this animation style?
You're not gonna get copyright.
Well, I don't need to play it. We're looking at stills. What do you think? What do you think of these stills? This is the animation studio that's doing it, Joe.
I like this. I'm a big fan of stop motion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think this is an exciting project.
Yeah, and you are not against the animation like I have incorrectly stated before. You just like high-end animation. You want it, challenging, great animation is what you.
I mean, I just want it to be good. Like I hate anime because I think anime looks bad. Like I think the characters are drawn bad. I'm not a fan of most of the Star Wars animation because the CGI animation used on Rebels and Clone Wars, I think the people look terrible. The aliens and the droids look fine, but like Anakin and Obi-Wan don't look good. So,
okay. Well, I like the style of this. I like that this studio challenges the norms of animation. That sometimes even Pixar to me is not as good as it used to be. They used to be really innovative with their animation. Now it's just good, but I don't think they're pushing the boundaries. Whereas it seems like this studio behind Dynamic Duo is really pushing the boundaries of what animation can do and not sticking to just one style. And I think that's going to make it more dynamic and a better project.
I will say this. 2 of the best movies in theaters right now are animated. And they're both about robots.
So. Oh, the Wild Robot, and what's the other one?
And Transformers 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're both fantastic.
Yes.
Wild Robot is amazing.
Okay. I do want to see that. Guess what I found for 10 cents on my last Tape Hunters? I have it right here. Now, the original case was beat. But I got another case. This was actually a case from Madeline. And there was dust and everything on it. But I put in the tape, and the tape works fine. Iron Giant. 10 cents.
They should reboot Iron Giant.
Should they reboot it?
I mean,
I never even watched the whole thing. I'm gonna
be crazy if you didn't. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Why not? If you want to make money, sure.
Mm-hmm. What would be better out of the 2 robot movies, Joe? Would you recommend Transformers or Wild Robot?
Oh, if you can only see one, Wild Robot.
Okay.
Wild Robot is not only one of the best movies I've seen all year. It's a shoe-in for best animated film at the Oscars. Like if it doesn't, somebody was smoking crack.
I don't.
Interesting.
It's gonna be a close war between Inside Out and Wild Robots because the Academy's the last 2 the government won the one last year, but last year Disney didn't have good movies animated, but this year Inside Out 2 was great. And, it's gonna be between those 2 movies, Wild Robots and Inside Out 2.
Travis Mitchell. Hey, Travis, thanks for joining us here. Interesting comment on anime. I'm not a huge fan of anime because I feel it represents children and animals too suggestively. So it kind of sours the genre for me. That is in there, but not in everything. I mean, there is a variety of anime, but that is that is
Depends
a
on the type of
factor in some of
anime.
it. I can understand that. Yeah. Let's look some more of these stills. Looks great. And a combination of live action capture too. I would love to see behind the scenes. I'm gonna have to look at this project particular and look at some behind the scenes stuff to see how they do it. But looks good to me. There we go. There was a little clip there. Okay, Anthony, was that enough?
What?
That was okay. She was jumping on the bed. But honestly, though, for me, for you, Joe, for Anthony, and for the viewers in the comments section, now that you know that they're doing this for Robin, would you prefer they do a live action Robin, or do you like this idea better?
This is separate from the. This is gonna be like a separate project. Like they're gonna do both. They're gonna still, like Jason Todd and Dick Grayson's gonna show up in live action still, regardless of the animation stuff. You know, so I don't mind it. I mean, you could have both. I really don't mind it.
Yeah, I mean, we know we're getting a live action
Tina's movie.
Damien in Brave and the Bold. So
yeah, like I like both. You could do both.
Okay, Travis says, I feel like you could do an Iron Giant sequel in the Vietnam era with Hogarth as a teenager dealing with the draft. Then Iron Giant flies to Vietnam to help the U.S. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that would be good. That's a good idea.
I mean, I don't really feel like we need a sequel to the Iron Giant, but if Brad Bird had an idea and wanted to do it, then I'm in.
I mean, he had an idea for Incredibles 3, so yeah.
By the way, Brad Bird, there's a guy that James Gunn should tap to make a movie for the DCU, because Brad Bird made the transition into live action with Mission Impossible 4, and he did a fabulous job. And he's really, I think, only made 2 live action films. The other one being Tomorrowland, which was really underrated. That was a pretty good movie. I'd like to see him take another crack. And we know he's good with superheroes because he did.
Wait, what movie was underrated?
Tomorrowland.
Oh, the one. Yeah.
I didn't like that movie that much.
Oh, I like that movie quite a bit.
Okay. Well, I do like Brad Bird, though. All right. Here's some other topics that we could talk about tonight. I'm kind of getting sick of this topic, to be honest. Hey, Bianca, remember, if you're just getting here, please like the video. It really helps us out here. We're trying to get 25 likes for the live stream, even on the replay. And if you watching the replay, put hashtag replay crew, and I will heart your comment, because that really does help as well. Okay, so this keeps coming up. And how did you feel about Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, Joe? Remind me.
Tom,
I mean, what are you talking about?
You mean the character, or
Tom Holland in the last few Spider-Man movies, including the one with Spider-Man, with Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield?
Yeah, he's terrific.
He's good. Yeah, like he's a great Spider. I like all 3 Spider-Man. I don't hate them. Like they're all good. They did great for the job and great for the foundation.
I'll always like your comments, Bianca.
All 3 of his movies were terrific. He was good in the Avengers movies he guest starred in, and I think Spider-Man: Far From Home, the second one he did, that's probably my second favorite Spider-Man movie after Raimi's Spider-Man 2.
It's a good Bane. That's not bad.
Hashtag Fire Holland. I like Tom Holland. It's a different Spider-Man. I mean, he's not my favorite, but he's different. I like him and MJ, you know. So, but is anyone getting bored of the talk about Andrew Garfield coming back?
Bro, he's not. I'll keep listening. He's not gonna come back.
You
Sony
can't say that
fired
for
him.
certainty.
He's not, bro. He's only gonna come back if Feige produces movies.
There's
That's not happening.
There's a
Also,
scooper on X that says he's going to be 2 more projects.
that's my. Well, I mean,
But I think that's wishful thinking. I think we want that to happen, but
yeah,
I mean, I don't know how you could say he's not coming back, Anthony, when he already did, though.
No, he's coming back. He's coming back in Secret Wars for sure. Yeah, that's a guarantee.
Okay.
But like another one, nah, they not making.
For 2 projects, it might be Secret Wars, and then the movie after Secret Wars, Avengers.
Yeah, this is the multiverse saga, so I think we're definitely going to see him again. But I hope they don't overdo it.
Yeah, I'd rather wait. Okay, No Way Home just came out. Let's wait a couple years, and then sure you could have him pop up again. But like, just like no, he's not gonna get a 3rd movie. Like no, that's not happening.
I enjoyed like I've said this before. I enjoyed Deadpool and Wolverine a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun, but it's my least favorite Deadpool movie, and part of the reason is because this whole thing of let's bring back the old versions of these characters from other movies has been done to death now. We did it on the Arrowverse with the Crisis crossover. Then we did it in No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness and The Flash. And it's like by the time we get to Blade and Elektra and all these guys showing up, it's like this is like how many times have we seen this now? So I'm kind of over this. Like
I understand that point of view, Joe, but I have to say I think you're in the minority there, because this is just like a lot of hardcore film enthusiasts like to say, I don't like reboots, sequels, give me something new, give me something fresh. But the general audiences consistently reward financially with this stuff. That consistently makes them happy. My wife that checked out, she's finally checked out of super movies. She was like, I loved seeing all that, and now I'm out, But I feel like the audience rewards it financially, and if you can't really argue against that, can you, Joe? If the money keeps coming in when they do this stuff.
But I don't think the money does keep coming in. The Flash, it didn't help the Flash any.
Well, some would argue that the Flash wasn't done well with its with its cameo part.
Yeah,
that might be.
I
think that was one of my major criticisms. With
I think they did it better than almost anybody, because their cameos weren't distracting. Their cameos served a very, very important part of the story, but they were quick.
Well, it's certainly
they were brief, and then they moved on.
It's certainly subjective, then, right? That how their execution was on that. I didn't like that.
And also the Flash did very bad at the box office. So the point is, most people wouldn't know if they liked the cameos or not, because they weren't there to see it.
Well, some people overly criticized it. I think went way hyperbolic based on those factors. Is the cameo stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that factored into a lot of the major criticisms of that film, where they had a big opportunity. So I do hear you that it's done a lot, Joe, but I think based on the subjective opinion of the audience, whether it's success, whether they like it or not, is also a factor too. If it's cameos just for cameo's sake, for instance, when they bring in the Venom movies and they hint at Spider-Man and they never do anything, I think people are sick of that. I think there is fatigue with.
Well, they haven't really done that though.
In the Venom movies,
I mean, you had one post-credit tease in Venom 2, but other than that, there's been no mention of Spider-Man in either of those Venom movies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, those Venom movies or whatever, they're like a piece of doodoo. So,
well, Andrew Garfield says he would 100% come back as Spider-Man if it's additive to the culture, while admitting he wasn't sure Tobey Maguire would return for No Way Home. Yeah, I think he was on board first, and they were starting to film and playing out the movie without Tobey Maguire, and then he signed on the last moment.
Toby does acting every 5 or 10 years, so that's a given.
If Toby said no, they could have just given it to Nicholas Hammond.
Hey, I wouldn't mind that. Sure.
I thought Toby is not going to want to do that. He will act every 10 years, much to my chagrin, and I've shared that with him. Garfield admitted that about his No Way Home role being in doubt. When I heard that he was kind of leaning in, I thought it was either going to be the greatest thing in the world or the worst thing in the world. So I'm grateful because it was the most joyful thing ever. All the pressure was on Tom. I love the character and it brings joy. If part of what I am, if part of what I bring is joy, then I'm joyful in return. So let's hope that at the very least, we're probably getting him in Secret Wars at the very least.
Yeah, I think you get one last time.
Do you think Maguire too, though?
Yeah, I think come back as well. Yeah, that's automatically money as well. But I think you get for both Spider-Mans, Toby and Andrew, you probably get one last time as them, and as their goodbye, as goodbye for them and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? Because No Way Home, like after No Way Home came out, people's like they redeem Andrew Spider-Man. They redeem him. They enjoy. They went back to see the second movie, and people's like, okay, for me, it's not good, but like, okay, he wasn't the bad part in the movie. It was just the script.
Yeah, that was a horrible movie, but it wasn't Andrew Garfield.
It was Andrew Ford. Yeah, it wasn't Andrew Ford. That's what people say when after No Way Home came out. I was like, he was good in it, but the script himself was not great at all for that movie. So yeah, like I like that. I think you probably get one last time and to wrap up those two Spider-Mans, and never see them again. Yeah.
This is some good news in the world of streaming. I know Joe prefers the theater experience, but
this one's got me bummed out because I had heard that this was going to have a theatrical run before it went to Apple, and then it didn't. It just went right to Apple.
Yeah.
Will you give it a chance because it didn't have theatrical run later on, Joe?
I mean, it depends. It looks good. It's John Watts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, who gave us the Spider-Man movies. So
I'm not surprised. Go ahead.
Wolf's, George Clooney, and Brad Pitt's action comedy has become the most viewed movie in Apple TV Plus history.
I'm not surprised. This probably guaranteed the sequel is happening, but also I'm not surprised. It's George Clooney and Brad Pitt. The fan base, their fan base love them to death. They love we're getting a sequel. Well, I think it was 2-3 weeks ago. It's been confirmed that we're getting a sequel to another Ocean movie. So we're getting another Ocean movie with the same cast, obviously minus Bernie Mac. God rest his soul. Should have never, died.
I love Bernie Mac. Yeah.
Well, Bernie Mac and Carl Reiner are both gone.
Yeah,
I think they should borrow some characters from Ocean's 8. They could bring in.
That's what I say. Bring back. Come back. Yeah. I mean, they're literally that's his sister. Bring Bullock in. That's George Clooney character's sister. Why not? So bring a couple of those characters in, and then the females. I enjoy Ocean 8, so you could do that. So I'm not surprised. They still got it.
Honestly, I prefer to see them in a new project like this than go back to Oceans. Those Oceans movies were great.
Well, that is happening. No matter
it's happening. Yeah, they already confirmed another Ocean movie's happening. So
okay.
Yeah, the 3 weeks ago they confirmed it.
This is good. This is John Watts being successful outside of Spider-Man. This is his first project right off. I do think that Apple Plus is a good streaming service. I've been subscribed, although I think my subscription ended and I stopped watching it. But there's some good stuff on there. I just didn't get to it.
Every time I upgrade to a new iPhone, I literally get Apple Plus for free. So it's okay. Thank you very much.
Every time
I'll tell you, it's been a while since we've had a new season, but the morning show with Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon
isn't it coming back next year?
I'm not sure, but it is coming back. But that's an excellent series. You've got
also the new one with the girl from the Mission Impossible movies. I forgot her name in the Doom movies. That her TV show is good as well. Apple Plus.
Go ahead, Joe.
I I don't know that one, but I mean, Ted Lasso's over. Ted Lasso's amazing. Shrinking.
Well, no, Ted Lasso's coming back.
Well, that hasn't been confirmed yet, but we have heard indications that might be coming back. But
For All Mankind is on there.
Shrinking is a sitcom with Jason Segel and Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is on the
that's funny as
sitcom. Shrinking is terrific, and it just got canceled. But the new Time Bandits by Taika Waititi was fantastic. You got Fraggle Rock Back to the Rock. I just met the whole cast of Fraggle Rock at Dragon.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's on Apple Plus too.
Yeah, that's hopefully coming back for a third season. And this, you want to talk about original movies? They're saying this is the most watched Apple original movie. But we're getting into the winter months, and there is a fabulous Apple streaming movie that premiered 2 years ago called Spirited that stars Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell, and it is the best new Christmas movie we have had in years. Probably this in the past decade. This is the best new Christmas movie, and criminally not enough people have seen it.
Yeah.
The streaming service hasn't released specific numbers, but Deadline has heard that its release boosted viewership by nearly 30% week over week. It was particularly popular in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, Italy, Mexico, Brazil, and Germany.
Damn.
So this is a project that actually boosts. That actually is like when you're thinking of video games, a console seller or streaming seller, a streaming service seller is this project. And I just thought it was another throwaway project, but apparently people like it. I do sort of agree with Anthony though, where he says that this is the type of project that was released 10 years ago in the theater. Now it's more for streaming. I kind of agree with that. I don't think this would do that great in the theater, this project, Joe.
Yeah,
I'm for streaming.
I'm hoping that'll turn around though. I think there's signs that it's like I've been saying.
Probably the second one, yeah.
So this is good news for Wolves. And I honestly want to see it now. I got to check to see if I still have the subscription. Right now, we're still finishing. Me and my wife are finishing We're on season 2. We got to catch up with season 3. There's a free trial, 7-day free trial for MGM Plus that we're trying to finish the whole seat.
Did it not get canceled?
I am so.
Why would you say that?
Did it get canceled?
No.
I'm so pissed at MGM Plus.
Like, okay, time out. I don't understand.
Joe,
I don't really
Anthony,
understand.
you keep interrupting people. Go ahead. Joe was starting to say something.
No, I hate the fact that MGM Plus exists. Like
I was gonna say that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the biggest ripoff of a streaming service because MGM is owned by Amazon.
Yes.
Amazon owns MGM. So you could be putting this stuff on Prime, a streaming service that a lot of people subscribe to. This is a double dip. This is hey, let's get people to pay for our second streaming service at a time when the streaming services, we're seeing streaming services fail. We keep hearing rumors that Paramount Plus might go away. And we keep hearing all these streaming services are in the red. They're not making a profit. MGM Plus is so redundant. Just put this shit on Prime. You own Prime. Put this stuff on Prime.
Yeah, I agree. That I don't understand. But you bought MGM for $10 billion, which is cheap. Actually, I'm surprised. They should have just bought Lionsgate as well. They're another trash studio that need help. But yeah, that's another topic. But yeah, take away that streaming service. Take away MGM. Put it on Prime. And yes, and also, why is Spider-Man Noir is going to be on MGM next year? Like, what? That is retarded.
Yeah, they got Nicolas Cage coming to do a Spider-Man TV show.
Sorry.
And I guess they figure that. I guess they think, well, people are going to subscribe to MGM Plus.
No, they're not.
They don't want to see Nicolas Cage. So
they're not going to subscribe to that. Like, they're going to subscribe if it's on Prime. But like the Silk show that they canceled, how's it going to be on Prime? Not on MGM. Why the hell is Spider-Man on MGM?
Okay.
That is dumb.
Well, I brought up a new subject, Anthony. So let me set this up here.
Dope.
Well, let me set it up first. I listen. I know about Robbie Williams. He's big in the UK. He used to be in a boy band show.
Shout out to the UK fan.
You know Robbie Williams?
No.
Okay, he used to be in like a British boy band, and then he went on his own and became pretty popular pop star. And now there's a project where it's a biopic, but he decided to have his biopic be done with a CG ape chimpanzee, which is interesting. I think I heard about this before. Better Man, the new trailer for the Robbie Williams biopic, takes you on a journey of his life as portrayed by a chimpanzee. The international pop sensation takes the musical biopic to a uniquely bizarre direction as the trailer showcases a CGI chimp as the star. I'm actually going to play it here.
Yeah, you can play in the background. You can play in the background.
Okay, so let me just put it here. Based on a true story, I think
it actually like it looks cool. Like I like the you know who did the monkey? Guess the studio.
What's that, Anthony? You were breaking up. I forget.
Get who? You know? I say. You know what the studio who did the monkey design?
I'm guessing the studio that did the Apes movies.
Yes. What up?
Because they already have the technology to do it.
They have the technology.
It's like a no-brainer.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, they did a good job. Like it really looks good.
Blazingly original. What do you think about them doing a biopic and deciding to make a creative decision like this, Joe? Is it bold or is it just a gimmick?
Well, isn't this the same thing that's going on with the what's his name? The oh God, what's the name of that musical artist who's doing his biography using Legos?
That's right.
Pharrell Williams.
Pharrell Williams.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. So this is being done. Someone else is doing a different take.
Similar, yeah.
I think it's fun, interesting. It gives these animators animators work as well.
Yeah, it does. And also we see when we get in the Michael Jackson biopic next year, which you probably should get a trailer by Super Bowl weekend, I heard. But that it looks dope.
I'm interested. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm probably more interested to seeing it with this creative decision than not. Also with the Pharrell Williams one too, with the Legos. I remember seeing that trailer and I was like, oh, this is interesting.
I don't know much about Pharrell Williams, but I was kind of annoyed by that because, Lego, it's a Universal picture. Lego, the rights to Lego movies are now with Universal. Warner Brothers lost the rights. And we were going to get a sequel to the Lego Batman movie. And it was being written by Community's Dan Harmon. Dan Harmon wrote the script, and it was called the Lego Super Friends movie. Mm-hmm. Do you know how much I want to see that damn movie?
Yeah.
And we're not going to get it because Warner Brothers lost the rights to Lego.
And to this day, WB that studio was run by fucking stupid people. Oh my God. I don't understand how you. I don't understand.
I've made no money on this stream, and then you.
I don't understand. I really don't.
Swear Jar's coming back.
I really don't understand how you. Yes, it is. It doesn't. I don't understand how you lose the rights to Lego, which Lego's made a ton of money.
Lego demands a high
every time I go
cost.
Every time I go to the store, there's literally only 3 or 4 Legos in there. People buy them. And for lose to the rights to not make more movies is ridiculous.
Travis is announcing a new project. We're going to get a Corey Feldman, Corey Haim biopic and pulled in pizza rolls.
Oh my God, that would be funny.
Warner Brothers made a lot of money off those movies too. Lego movie 1 and 2 and the Lego Batman movie made a lot of money. Now the Ninjago movie didn't do so well.
Yeah, that was
1 out of 4.
Yeah, 1 out of 4. Yeah, but to lose the rights to Paramount, which is that's ridiculous. I don't. No, is it Universal or Paramount?
Universal, I think.
Yeah, Universal. To lose the rights to Universal is crazy. It's crazy. We'll see what Universal does with it. They haven't so far announced nothing yet. Well, actually, no. The biopic by Pharrell. Yeah, that one. But other than that, yeah.
What the heck article is this? I was looking for other articles to bring up.
Well, I got 2 stories for you if you need them.
Well, we got to cover this though, because this is pretty like, what WTF? Why is this making? I guess it must be a slow news day, but apparently, Men in Black director says Will Smith's farts forced them to evacuate the stage for 3 hours.
Yeah, he was in a podcast. What? Yeah, he was in a podcast talking about it. Yeah.
What, Will Smith was, or Barry Sonnenfeld?
No, the director that did Men in Black 1 and 2.
Barry Sonnenfeld says Will Smith's fart on the set of Men in Black actually forced them to evacuate the set for 3 hours.
Sure.
Everyone farts. That's just a fact. The Kelly Ripa podcast.
Yeah.
Will Smith once caused a 3-hour-long evacuation after he evacuated some gas with one of his farts on the set of 1997 movie. I got to get to the quote here. The fart in question occurred during a scene in which Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones were hermetically sealed in a pod.
Oh, I remember that scene. Yes, that scene.
That's bad. It's like farting in an elevator.
Yeah, that scene. Yeah. I know what scene he's talking about in the movie.
Is he lactose intolerant? I don't know. Maybe. There are locks to prevent it from opening and falling. I say roll camera, and I hear Will Smith go, "Oh Jesus, so sorry, Tommy, so sorry." So it wasn't unintentional. Baz, get the ladder. And you hear Tommy saying, "That's fine, Will, no worries, Will, don't worry, Will. Anyway, I don't know what's going on." Right. So we race the ladder over. Yeah, Tommy reaches his leg out of the ladder, is coming over, races down the stairs. And what happened was Will Smith is faster. It's just some people are. And you really don't want to be inside a small, hermetically sealed space with a Will Smith fart. Well, to be benefit of Will Smith there, if you're on set and you're in enclosed spaces for a long period of time, what are you going to do? Yeah. What are you going to do if you have to, Joe? Like if you're in these filming situations and you're in tight spaces and they're filming for hours and hours and hours, and it's like, I guess it could happen. Thank goodness this MME crew is not in a hermetically sealed set, because I don't know. I think Anthony would be the first one.
I don't know about that, but
What'd you think of this story, Joe? Was it worth talking about?
Yeah, it's I'd say it was fun. It was a guess.
Did I think it was like some people do things for funny, I understand why it could happen now if you're like in a filming position, you're in a certain, you're in a certain position.
Well,
for
like
the cameras,
if you're on set for like 3 hours and you're gonna be in one tight ass room,
I'm in my room right now. It's been an hour and 6 minutes. It's probably
that room probably smell like crap.
No, just kidding.
That room probably smell like dookie. But like on set.
What, my room?
Yeah.
No.
You sure? When was the last time you cleaned it?
I clean it. Shut up, Anthony.
You see, that's what I say. Anyway,
I clean it all the time.
Yeah, but now, like, I couldn't understand Will Smith. Like be on set for like 3 hours, doing one thing. Like, no. I hopefully they make another Men in Black movie. Will Smith and Tommy.
Oh, yeah.
And
Joe, if you have an article, we can bring it up now if you want.
Yeah, it's down here. Yeah, I gotta say, I didn't like the movie at all. In fact, I hated the movie. But Men in Black 4, Men in Black International,
I liked it. It was a great movie.
I did not like the movie at all, but I still would love to see Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson get another shot.
Well, I mean,
it wasn't, again, like Andrew Garfield, it wasn't their fault.
No, well, and if they do bring them back and they do another Men in Black 4 with Tommy and Will Smith, they reference them in those movies. Like, they reference them. Like, they mentioned Jay is doing fine, and Tommy character is doing fine as well. Like, so like, sure, I would love to see another one if Sony won money.
Yeah, I thought they were good choices. They have good chemistry together, but the script just wasn't good. So.
Yeah, the script was like the weakest one.
I agree. The casting was fine. I agree with that.
Right. So, what do you call it? Variety did an article today about Rachel Zegler, mainly talking about Snow White. But there was a passage in here, and let me tell you, my love and admiration for Rachel Zegler grew quite considerably today with this article. Apparently, Rachel Zegler shows up, and it's here in the article. She showed up with a Sesame Street fanny pack. And she said her ultimate career goal is to be the sole human actor in a Muppet production like Michael Caine did with Christmas Carol or Tim Curry in Muppet Treasure Island. So
actually, that does fit. That does fit her like well. Those being in the Muppets.
There's lots of singers that go into Muppet movies. That would be a perfect fit for sure.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I mean, let's make that happen, Disney. I hope.
Well, what's happening with the Muppets right now? Are they working on anything?
There's a project in development that they're very secretive, but there is a project in development that they're not telling us what it is. So
okay.
Yeah, but like
that's nice, Cal.
I mean, if they do make another Muppet movie in theaters, people will go to see it. That's what made money. The last one with Amy Adams.
That one did really well, but then the next one tanked. But they made a critical error. The one with Jason Segel and Amy Adams, they released that at the holidays. They released it at Thanksgiving. That's when families go to the movies. Then they put the sequel out in the dead season of March and released it day and date with one of those teen movies that was really popular at the time. Was I want to say like The Maze Runner or something. It wasn't The Maze Runner. One of those like young adult franchises, but it was like when it was at its peak, and it was like no one's going to go see this because you just it was a terrible release date, and then they were shocked that it did terrible. It's like, well, why didn't you put this out at Thanksgiving?
I'm up for that, Joe. I have some Muppet movies on VHS. I think you even gave me one of them. And I got to catch up on the old movies.
You should buy all of them on VHS.
No, they're great. They're great. They usually come in cool clamshells too. I love the VHS copies of Muppet movies. Daniel Day-Lewis has returned from retirement. Who here thought he was going to retire after the last movie was about like a fashion design?
Phantom Thread.
Well, I mean,
I knew he was going to come back.
Well, he's doing it. I mean, I will come back if my son is directing a movie. So sure.
Yeah, he's. But it's. I doubt he's going to be doing a lot of projects after this.
No. After this, he's probably done.
It's the same as Tarantino. It's the same as Tarantino. Tarantino says he's going to retire. I think he believes he's going to retire. But these guys are creatives. These guys are creative, and eventually the itch is going to get to them, and there's going to be some project where they're like, I got to come back and do this.
See, I don't think that this situation is comparable to Tarantino because I think Tarantino is actually going to retire as a director, producer, and spin off his series and other projects.
He's probably going to
work on and develop new projects and just be a high-powered producer.
But you know that if he's sitting around and he's got some idea for a movie festering at the back of his skull, eventually he's going to crack and be like, I got to make this damn movie.
I think at the most that he would do is direct episodes of a series.
Well, he directed an episode. He directed Law and Order. He did Law and Order.
So he hasn't said he's not going to direct shows. I honestly think he's going to keep to it, Joe. I mean, I hope he doesn't.
I think he's going to stop directing.
That's great market. It's first of all, it's great Is it kind of a trick to the consumer saying I'm going to be retiring, this is my last project, and then come back? Yeah, but everyone does it.
Well, I mean,
even bands do farewell tours and they come back.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't think he's lying to his audience. I think he believes that he's done. It's the same thing like when they made Freddy's Dead. And they're like, Freddy's Dead. This is the last Freddy movie. I think they believed it was. I think that was the intent. They're like, yeah, we're done. But then a couple years passed and they're like, hey, remember when we made money off that thing?
I do think half of the reason, Cal, is that the Phantom Thread was not like super well received as one of his best roles. I think that's another reason. I think he wants to end on a high note. I wonder if this is going to be one and done. He's just going to come back for his son.
Yeah.
Even when he's not saying he's retiring, he usually takes like 5 years between
five or
projects.
10 years. Yeah, 5 or 10 years around there. Well, this one was 7 years. So, yeah, I mean, I thank good thing Daniel's back. He's doing this as a favor for his son, which every father would do if you have a son. If your son is directing something, so yeah, I would do the same if my son was directing something. So yeah.
Okay. I will be interested to see what the project is.
Yep.
Cal says There Will Be Blood is one of the best performances I've ever seen.
Yes, it is.
Daniel Day-Lewis' performance in that is astounding. I have to rewatch that one.
I
I
think
enjoyed it.
he's a 2-time Oscar-winning actor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like something like that. He won the Oscar. I think he won like 2 Oscars.
He's set to return to the big screen 7 years after he announced his second retirement. He will
God
star in Anemone, a new film from Focus Features with Plan B, which will be the directorial debut of his son, Ronan Day-Lewis.
Nice.
We couldn't be more excited. There's so many ads on Joe Blow. To partner with a brilliant visual artist and Ronan Day-Lewis on his first feature film alongside Daniel Day-Lewis as his creative collaborator. They have written a truly exceptional script. They actually wrote the script together?
They co-wrote it, yeah.
Wow. And we look forward to bringing their shared vision to audiences alongside the team at Plan B. Daniel Day-Lewis also co-wrote the script alongside his son, which is being described as an exploration of the intricate relationship between fathers, sons, and brothers, as well as the dynamics of familial bonds. The film also stars Sean Bean, awesome, Samantha Morton, Samuel Bottomley, and Sophia Oakley Green. Now that I know the premise is familiar, like about family and fathers and
That's
sons,
a good premise. I like it.
That's there's no way you couldn't ask your dad to be in it then. Daniel Day-Lewis made the choice to retire again after starring in Paul Thomas Anderson's Phantom Thread. Before making the film, I didn't know I was going to stop acting. I do know that Paul and I laughed a lot before he made the movie, and we stopped laughing because we were both overwhelmed by a sense of sadness that took us by surprise. We didn't realize that we had given birth to. It was hard to live with and still is. As for why he left the profession behind, the actor admitted not entirely sure. He lost passion for the work. I haven't figured it out, he said. But it settled on me, and it's not just there. Not wanting to see the film is connected to the decisions I've made to stop working as an actor. But it's not why the sadness came to stay that happened during the telling of the story, and I really don't know why. He said he wasn't feeling it.
I like Paul Wes Anderson. He makes some good movies once in a while.
Yeah.
So,
There Will Be Gas. Well, that's the next MME meetup. That's what we're gonna.
There will be gas. That's funny.
Let's do some mailbag questions while everyone's here.
If
I don't know how long you guys wanted to stay.
It depends on how many is it. I don't.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be doing some mailbag and some good news of Twitter, which I will say, good news of Twitter is really helping the channel when I do clip outs. So, Anthony, please don't drop F-bombs on it.
Sure.
When I bring up a topic.
What is Joe's shirt?
What is your shirt, Joe?
Gone.
I just got a hold on, I just got a VHS of that.
No way.
That is the movie I own on the most formats. I own it on VHS, Beta, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K, and CED.
You bought 3 of
Oh, I
them?
actually have a box opening that I could do now too. I forgot. It's right here.
No, you don't.
So, in my last pickup where I picked up a 9-inch TV with a VCR built into it for my cousin, this was included. These are the extended editions of the first 3 Star Trek movies, Joe. Look.
Mm-hmm.
Is this time by the original cast?
No.
No.
Collector's edition, the motion picture special longer version. That might not be good for the first one.
Is it like a George Lucas situation, a special edition? Or
I don't know. Paramount. And then the Wrath of Khan.
That movie's a
It doesn't say
masterpiece.
longer version. The only one that says special longer version is the first movie, which is kind of boring.
Yeah, well, the first movie
That
had
one was ass. That was ass.
The first one had a
I
lot
like
of
it.
problems. The version to watch is the director's cut that came out in 2001, and the director's cut is actually shorter.
Oh, really?
Here's what's interesting about Star Trek: The Motion Picture: they were still making the movie up to the day of release.
Yeah.
They were bringing the prints to the theater that were still wet because they had just been struck. So there's unfinished effects shots. There's all kinds of problems. And it wasn't until 2001 that Robert Wise went back and actually was able to
re-edit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm opening a package. I just got this in the mail today. This was actually free. What's that app that Bruce sent me a link to join WhatsApp and they gave me $10. And I got this for $6.
What? You sure they didn't track
what it's
your ID?
called? What is it called? WhatsApp?
What's up?
It's like a auction site for comics, movies, video games. Let me see, what's it called? Whatnot app. They do like live streams, like people do live streams and sell stuff. But they also some sellers just list it where you don't have to look at their live stream. But this I got there. What do you think it is, Joe? What do you think it is, Anthony?
Star Wars.
An autographed picture of Annette Funicello.
Well, no.
George Lucas autograph
$40.
that cost $23 million.
No, it said it cost $6. So and I didn't pay anything for it. Well, first off, what format do you think it is?
PlayStation 1.
Is it a 4K for $6?
I bet it's a beta.
A beta.
I struggle what to get Joe because Joe's like I want to get you stuff sometimes, Joe.
Don't cut
you're
your
like
hands.
out of VHS and you already collect your own 4Ks and Blu-rays, and I'm like, oh man.
Put the knife down before you
actually give me some VHS.
You know what? Here we go. 25 years late. You ready? Here I am, 25 years late. Warner Brothers just sent me the complete series of The West Wing to review. I never watched The West Wing. The show started in 1999. It is great.
Hey, Joe, would you mind me borrowing that for next summer? Because my mother would love to watch it. I'll return it to you.
Yeah, sure.
Because we at the lake, there's no internet, so I would love to watch it. I haven't watched the series either.
So put internet on the lake.
All right, so
a lot of papers.
Okay, it's in another.
All right,
it's a collection. I'll give you a hint. It's a collection. I'm still waiting for my package from Cal.
Halloween collector edition.
You know, Anthony, you check out some of my. You haven't been as frequent on my tape hunter videos, but you got to look for a tape from me where you're at too. Give me a tape for $1 or so.
Ooh, that's it to have. I got man.
All right. So I got this.
Is it Star Wars special editions?
No.
Is it the Friday the 13th franchise?
Bruce Lee collection.
Oh, Bruce.
$6.
Yeah, that's dope.
On VHS.
Which one they have?
Huh?
Which one they have?
Let me go over. What do you think of that? Do you like Bruce Lee, Joe?
I'll be honest. I've only ever seen one Bruce Lee movie, and that's Enter the Dragon.
Well, that's one of the best.
I mean, I've seen episodes of Green Hornet though,
so even not like even using the coupon. So it has the young Bruce Lee, which I don't know if this is just a documentary or an actual movie. A Dragon Story, The Legend of Bruce Lee, Fists of Fury, and The Chinese Connection.
Yes.
And I already have Enter the Dragon on VHS. And then they all line up to make an image there.
Yes.
So what do you think, Anthony? Was that a good pickup for $6, but I didn't even have to pay the $6?
I mean, that's a good pickup. Yeah, Bruce Lee has a great movies under his belt, so without doubt, so that's a good pickup. I wish, man. Imagine if he would have been alive, man. He would have been the greatest of all time.
Him
Like,
and Brandon.
yeah, him and Brandon would have just been taking Hollywood during the 90s and 2000s.
I think Brandon would have been bigger than Bruce.
I think so too. 100%.
Because he was at the height of
his career,
like action stars besides martial arts, like the late 80s, early 90s with all those action movies.
Yeah,
you're talking Van Damme, Stallone.
He would have been bigger than Stallone.
Schwarzenegger.
Bruce would have been bigger than Stallone and Arnold.
Yeah, I think they both.
They would still be around, but like he would have been bigger. Brandon would have been probably the 5th or 6th best actor during that time in Hollywood, if he would have been alive.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree. Brandon looked like he would have been in the Matrix. He would have. He probably would have a small. He probably would have a small role if he would have been in the Matrix movies. So, yeah.
Okay, so we only have 3 topics in the mailbag.
I had to probably repost it again.
Where's Jacob McKenzie? I guess I will have to post again.
Yeah.
So shout out to both Bianca and Isaac who are in the mailbag. If anyone else wants, if anyone else is a member and they want to add a question or topic real quick, I will refresh it before we're done. Okay, so we'll do Isaac's first. Shout out to Isaac, the biggest movie fan, 57. Thoughts on why Transformers 1 isn't doing as good? Is it because people are just burned out after watching the Michael Bay movies?
No.
With the movies, but what are your thoughts on it? I'm really looking forward to it. I think there's still a stigma against animation. Sometimes animation does good.
I don't know. A week later, an animated film about a robot did great.
Yeah, but those are like
DreamWorks. But it's also based on a book, though. It's based. That one is based on a real
animated movies with like social commentary do well. You know what I mean? Like like something like a strong social message, or talking about family. A lot of Pixar movies have a lot about relationships, families, emotions, dealing with things. They're considered as like high art to a lot of people. You know. Whereas, like, if you have just an animated movie, just it's a story and it's animated, but without all this extra stuff, you know, emotional storylines, relationships with family, all these like other things to say. I don't think it does well.
What went wrong with Transformer 1 was Paramount is garbage as was garbage as marketing. The first trailer was not good. And that left people not seeing the movie. If they would have released the second or third trailer as the first one, I think people would have seen more. And also, what else? Like people enjoy, like the audience. It has a 98 Rotten Tomato score, has a 98 audience score. Like the audience love it for whoever saw it. It's just the marketing just not good. But hopefully it makes back the money doing with toys and
I think merchandise and VOD and physical media will do good, and streaming services.
Yes, I think it would do good on Paramount Plus. It would probably do good on VOD.
I think it's gonna be a word of mouth project that it'll eventually be profitable. Hopefully they'll make enough where they can make a sequel. And Joe loved it.
Yeah, there's the budget. The budget
I saw
is
it twice.
$75 million. Yeah, like the budget for is $75 million. That's nothing for animation. So like you can make a sequel.
I disagree about the trailer because I remember when I heard animated Transformers movie, I wasn't terribly excited, but I saw that first trailer. God, they sold me right out of the gate. Like it just looked delightful, and it was. And my kids loved it. I wonder if the Transformers franchise just isn't appealing to kids anymore, and the adults are, it was a Gen X toy line. It was a Gen X toy line. And I got.
Well, it started out as an animated show.
Yeah, but I mean, it was an animated show to support a toy line. The toys came first. They had it. I gotta wonder if maybe 20 years ago, when Michael Bay made the first movie, you had the kids that grew up with it, now adults, and they were like, oh, yeah, let's go see this. But now we're about another 20 years past that. I wonder if the younger generation just didn't take to it like we did when we were kids. And now we're old, and the younger kids are like, well, yeah, we don't really give a shit. I mean, maybe it's not that, but I don't know.
I do think you have some points there that I agree with, Joe. Maybe like the older Transformers, the movies were a success because a lot of old school fans that grew up are now like with their kids and stuff, and they go to see it together. Whereas the live action CG combination is more appealing to a bigger audience. Whereas this seems just like it's a reboot, you know, and sometimes reboots do not appeal to the older fans, you know.
I guess it depends. I don't know.
Man, I'm still pretty sure that this is going to tie into the next movie.
Probably.
I mean, we already know that Chris Hemsworth is the one name that has been attached to the Transformers G.I. Joe movie. I'm betting this is a prequel. I'm betting that they're rebooting and that Chris Hemsworth is our new Optimus Prime because Peter Cullen's like 80.
I don't think so. No, they're still paying Kulik like 90 million plus every movie, so he's good.
All right, well, let's get to Bianca, myself and comics comment here. Thank you, Bianca, for putting something in the mailbag. I really appreciate it. What horror movies you watching or rewatching for the scary season? I am a noob to horror movies. Okay. I do want to watch Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and Chucky.
Nightmare on Elm Street is hitting 4K for the first time in a couple weeks.
Well, I'm planning to watch on VHS.
No, there you go.
But if you really think about it, I've talked to Perp about this before. I think we're all kind of horror fans when we don't even realize. Like some of my favorite movies are kind of horror. Jaws, Jurassic Park. You know, those are kind of like horror movies. The same type of things going on, being chased by something, surviving. There's kind of like maybe Alan Grant's a final girl.
Here's a question for you guys. Did anyone ever see the deleted scene from Nightmare on Elm Street? It was making the rounds on social media a couple years ago, but there was a deleted scene where, you know, we know that Nancy and Tina and Glenn and their parents were the parents that killed Freddy, right? But there was a deleted scene where they revealed that all those kids had younger siblings that Freddy killed. And it had been kept from them. Like she didn't know she had a younger sibling. Like Freddy actually killed their brothers and sisters. Like I thought that was like a really creepy little thing. And I'm like, oh my God, why didn't they keep that in the movie?
Yeah.
Bianca, you're not the only one that keeps telling me about ginger snaps.
Perp loves ginger snaps. I gotta watch ginger snaps again for Perp.
I've never seen it.
Perp loves it so much. I saw it when it first came out like 20 years ago, and I did not care for it.
You know what movie what movie that's great for families during this season that I only know about it because of my pal Joe?
Monster Squad?
Yes.
Love Monster Squad.
I never even watched it before until you were bringing it up last year.
They had it this summer at the drive-in, and I got a picture with two of the Monster Squad. Andre Gower and the guy that played Rudy, they were both there, and we got pictures with them.
Awesome. Okay, so those are. I'm actually trying to watch. Oh, and another movie, Bianca, that I want to watch soon is there's two VHS that I really want to watch. One's called Mutant, which looked like I saw it on a VHS hunt for $5. I didn't buy it. And then sometimes I go back home and watch trailers. I'm like, oh, that kind of looks pretty cool. And I picked it up on the next one. And then the other one is Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I've never seen that.
Oh, I was just listening to the theme song in the car.
Never seen it. Both on VHS that I'm watching. All right.
Streaming on Disney Plus. It's about 3 years old now.
But, anybody like the new Disney Plus update?
I don't have Disney Plus right now, so I didn't see it.
I didn't see it. I don't think.
Oh, it's like they have the live sections for all movies and Star Wars and Star Wars, and also like that what is trending on Disney Plus.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's like a new update. Yeah.
but now streaming on Disney Plus, going into it like its third year, was added 3 years ago. Muppet Haunted Mansion, which most people seem to agree that it is the best Haunted Mansion movie, better than Eddie Murphy and the one with Danny DeVito last year.
I saw the one with Danny DeVito and what's her name?
Owen Wilson and yeah,
Ahsoka, Rosario Dawson.
I enjoyed it. I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it.
I never saw the Eddie Murphy one.
Me either. Which one?
The Eddie Murphy one. I've never seen it. Oh, the Muppets and the Haunted Mansion. I don't want to
the Muppets one?
No, Travis. Bad comment. No. Oh, boy.
No.
Okay, so I don't know why. Thank you, Travis. Okay, thoughts on the reviews for Joker 2. I seen one from John Camp, and he said the movie wasn't as good as the first movie. Does that worry you by any chance?
I'm not surprised. I'll be honest. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
I'll tell you, I had almost had a panic attack today because I was on Perp Stream and Tony was on, and Tony like almost revealed a spoiler for the movie. He's like, "Well, did you hear about the ending?" I'm like, "No, I didn't see it yet. Hasn't even opened."
Oh, the ending would. Yeah.
So he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything, but I was like, I had a panic attack. I'm like, I am like a day away from seeing this movie. Don't you dare spoil the ending. But yeah, no, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. Campia, I like him. He does a good show, but he's also got some questionable taste. Like just today, he was talking about the movie Super 8, and he said how awful it was. And I'm like, well, that's the first time I've ever heard anybody call Super 8 awful. So,
I liked Super 8. I think the ending could have been better, but
I love Super 8.
Let me see if there's any. Oh, we got one count. Yes. Cal left a comment. Thank you, Cal. And thank you, Axel, and people showing up. I really appreciate it. Max, did you ever fix your mailing info? No. Money's a little tight right now because I've been doing so much traveling, and that's a good thing. So I plan on getting streaming services back, my AMC A-list back. I gotta admit that the P.O. box is last on the list unless I do figure out the giveaway. I might want to use the P.O. box. And if I know people are going to send me stuff, like if people are saying hey, they're going to send me postcards, I'll be like, I'll renew that P.O. box right away. But yeah, if I renew the P.O. box, we got to, I'm not begging for people to send me stuff, but even small things would be great. I appreciate it. I'm eventually going to put stuff on this wall here or my wall upstairs from my friends that send me even postcards. And Jonathan Majors' new film is coming out early 2025. Can he come back? I hope so. People are still so upset with him, but we weren't there. That's all I'm going to say. We weren't there. He did go to court. It was a bad situation. It didn't seem like it was rolled that he like intentionally did it, but it was. I think the rolling was that it was.
He did, and he got sent to do therapy.
I don't think he's ever going to work again. I think this new movie that's coming out was already shot. It's a movie.
Yeah, it was already shot. Yeah, that's
his career is cooked.
Yeah.
But then again, who knows?
Like
Kevin
unintentional.
His career is cooked like Zachary.
I forget the result from
but
it.
Kevin Spacey's still getting work, so who the hell knows?
But he does straight to DVD movies. Those are like $1, like $900, like $1 million movie. Those are like $1 million top.
Guilty of a misdemeanor assault.
Yeah, like like this.
That's not great. I'm not excusing that at all. I don't know.
He's not obviously. They sent him to do therapy and he's doing that. But we'll see. We'll see if it's good or bad. I'm not gonna see it. Obviously, I'm not. I don't care about it. But
we do have some breaking news.
No
breaking news.
All right, breaking news. The first image from the long-developed Rugrats movie. Jack Black as Tommy. I am Rugrats. Jack Black as Tommy. I am Rugrat.
Oh my
What do you think of this first
God.
image from the Rugrat movie,
Oh
Anthony?
my gosh, oh Lord.
What do you
No,
think?
just no.
No?
No. When I heard that announcement, and
What do you think of this, Joe?
in
This is the first
afternoon,
image from the Rugrats movie, Nickelodeon classic. Jack Black is going to play Tommy.
Stop.
I got to be honest. I've never watched Rugrats.
Oh man,
Jack
So
Black's
I don't
one
know
of them.
much about it.
that's a
I
classic.
mean, I like
It's a
Jack
classic.
Black.
It's a classic.
I am Tommy.
It's a classic.
Now this is a joke, but that
Yeah,
would
it's
be
a joke.
fun.
But man,
But they
I don't
are
know.
actually making the actual premise of this Rugrats movie sounds worse than this. Worse
yeah,
than Jack Black's
it's a live
Tommy,
action. It's gonna be
because it's
live action in
with CG babies.
yeah, CG babe, which is weird.
CG
Like really.
That sounds horrific. It can be done well, but it sounds difficult to do it well.
Yes, because you could tell once you see it on
Hey.
screen, it's gonna be on Cannon Valley. Like, it's gonna
Hey,
be-
all I'm gonna say is my favorite movie last year had CG babies in it, so
Oh,
I know it works.
Lord.
No,
Oh, that does not
Your
work.
your example is the exact reason people think it doesn't work, Joe. Babies in the
Mhm.
flash.
You just give me a microwave and a flying
I
dog, and
enjoyed the movie.
that's all I need.
I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed watching it with you, and I'm so glad you made the time that would go. And we got to go back to that theater. I got to visit you again.
Mhm.
I was just at that. Oh, I just saw Megalopolis at that theater. Oh, by the way, that movie is so bad.
Real, I've heard
You
lots
know,
of people.
Look, I'm in Philly. Okay, I'm in Philly.
Steven should retire,
Our
I mean-
hero is Rocky, right? So
Mhm.
we like to root for the underdog, and the guy in me who wants to root for the underdog wanted everybody to be wrong about that movie and wanted
Yeah.
it to be a masterpiece. No,
Mhm.
everybody was right. It's a piece of garbage. I'm sorry to say, but
Yeah, from what I'm hearing, I have no plans to see in the theater at all. Anthony Cheeseman also says, what happened to what was the director? Coppola?
Pop Counterculture loved it. He gave it like 5 stars.
Well, he's
so
weird.
yeah. Well,
No, I'm kidding. Pop culture.
He's a nice guy.
I'm joking. But the actual premise of this movie sounds worse than Jack Black as Tommy for Rugrats movie. I'd actually rather see Jack Black pretend to be a Rugrat and this be a reality. This joke, this meme.
Wait a minute. Is Travis joking here? Or is this really the premise?
No, it's a joke. It's joking.
Oh, because that is that's almost exactly the plot of the Fat Albert movie from like 10 years ago. The Fat Albert guys come out of the TV to help the kid. They're like, oh,
I was gonna see that's a Bill Cosby production.
Yeah, it's Kenan Thompson is Fat Albert.
Yeah, he doesn't talk about that. He's like, I'm not about that movie. After Bill Cosby.
Did you ever hear him talk about like what Bill Cosby said to him on the set? It's pretty funny. He did an interview. Kenan Thompson did an interview, and he's like, there was one moment where I kind of got a sense that Cosby might be a little creepy. And they were like, what happened? And he said, well, we were on the set of the movie, and Cosby said to me, when this movie comes out, you're going to get so many women, you're going to wish you had 2 dicks.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, I was like, did Cosby just say that to me?
Can I be honest? I hate here. Look, I don't want there to be any victims, and I don't want bad stuff to happen. But the Bill Cosby thing kind of messed me up because I was a fan of his. Puff Daddy. Now I kind of like Puff Daddy, but the Bill Cosby thing was like he was the dad in the shows.
Puff Daddy, yeah.
And he was always selling you popsicles and Jello, and he seemed so nice. And I actually saw him live with my family for his stand-up comedy.
Diddy's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done. He's done.
You're not wrong. There are lots of accusations against Coppola.
Max.
Yeah.
Bill, you put something in my drink, didn't you?
Bad Joe.
Oh wow.
Why are you? You changed it to your. Okay.
Yeah, it was on my profile, so I had to switch over to get that.
They should bring back the Cosby Show and reboot it, and then unplanned it. Don't do that.
I would like to see what happened with the fan. Honestly, they should. They
think they should
should
do it?
bring back the Cosbys without him. And
Like
I don't know if they should
animated,
come up with something
animated,
else and
animated.
deal with the family, like they did with Roseanne, the Connors. But it would be too hard because
he
it's
owns
actually
he owns the
Well,
rights.
also, Felicia Rashad is one of the few people who still keeps defending him.
Yeah.
So I don't think she'd do it because she's, like the guy who played what's his name? Lisa Bonet's husband, the one that was like in the military. He's come out and been like, yeah, no, he was a creepy dude and everything. But yeah.
Well, unless he passed away, which it probably will happen, then yeah, you probably could reboot it there.
Chilling like a villain. This classic Freddy Krueger image from the set Nightmare on Elm Street. Johnny Depp's in it.
Yeah, Johnny Depp.
He was the first one. Yeah. Although he died, though.
He's got a Walkman. This is an awesome image. I've never seen this behind the scenes image. The actor also said he's done playing Freddy.
$300 if you go on eBay.
You want to hear a funny, cool thing about Nightmare on Elm Street? You remember the Cannon Films breakdancing movie Breakin'? There was a Break. They made two movies, Breakin' and Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. But one of the Breakin' movies had a scene where a house turns upside down, like somebody does like a breakdance routine, like on the roof, like that the house like flips upside down, and he's like breakdancing on the ceiling. They were filming Breakin' on the next stage over from Nightmare on Elm Street. And the producers of Nightmare on Elm Street had made a room that'll turn upside down so they could do the scene where Johnny Depp gets pulled into his bed and all the blood shoots out. And the producers of Breakin' saw this set that could flip upside down, and they were like, "Hey, when you're done, can we use that?" The Nightmare on Elm Street guys were like, "Yeah, come on over." So those two scenes were shot in the same set that was built for Nightmare on Elm Street because they just happened to be shooting next door.
Okay, that's cool.
I don't know. I always thought that was kind of a cool little bit of trivia.
But Joe, you said this is your favorite, one of your favorite horror franchises, the Nightmare, because it has the most possibilities.
Yeah, it's creative. Like, I mean, he exists. He doesn't exist in reality. He exists in the dream world. So anything you can imagine, Freddy can do. I don't think they even scratched the surface of what they could do with this character. And they made
probably
8
given
movies.
People the most nightmares, right?
Yeah, I mean, even the remake, which was terrible, the Jackie Earle Haley. And
see,
again,
the reason I kind of agree with you, Joe, just the premise of the character, because you could potentially get away from Jason or Michael Myers if you're smart enough. But how do you escape your dreams?
Yeah, eventually you're going to fall asleep. That's one of the things in these movies. And like even the Jackie Earle Haley film. And by the way, that's another example, like Andrew Garfield, of a good actor being in a terrible script, because Jackie Earle Haley was a great Freddy Krueger. He just was a great Freddy Krueger in a terrible movie. But even that movie, which isn't good, had a really cool new idea that they brought to the franchise, which was these micro naps. It was a guy who he hadn't slept in so long that he kept having these little like spells where he would doze off for like a second or two. That really happens. And you would see Freddy kind of popping in and popping out and popping as he was having these micro. And I'm like, this isn't a good movie. And even this bad movie brought something new that's cool to the table. So you could do so much with Freddy.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen a lot of it. I saw the rebooted one with the guy from The Watchmen, James.
Yeah, that's what just
right.
what they should do is bring back well, I mean, he's old. Never mind.
Well, I like who. Well, first off, what's the actor's name?
Which one? The original?
Yeah,
Robert Englund.
Robert Englund said they could probably try to find a way to bring me back, but I'm done. I feel old. And then he highly recommends Kevin Bacon, and I want to see Kevin Bacon. Now, Kevin Bacon's been a villain before. He's been Hollow Man. He was in Maxine recently, but I would love to see Kevin Bacon as Freddy.
I mean, they should. Why not reboot it and stuff like that, and make a new one? Like, I mean, but the thing is, the rights is complicated. That's the reason why they haven't made one over a decade.
Aubrey Plaza recreating the infamous Basic Instinct scene. I think she did this for Saturday Night Live. I didn't see that Saturday Night Live yet. Was it a good episode?
Which one was
I
that?
still haven't seen Agatha yet. And people are saying
Agatha's
it's pretty
really good. I haven't
Okay.
seen the new one yet,
All right, I just wanted to have a reason to bring up this promo.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
but by the way, Aubrey Plaza. Let me just say, Aubrey Plaza's having a moment right now.
Yeah.
Even though I said the movie's terrible, she is in
She's
Megalopolis.
Yeah, she's good in the movie.
And she's also on Agatha, and she's also in a movie right now called My Old Ass, which I
She hosted Saturday Night Live. Yes,
I didn't even know she was Saturday Night
This
Live.
is the biggest she's been since Parks and Rec. I think bigger now.
Well, she is now. Yes, for sure.
By the way, I was looking for this, but here you go.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think I was supposed to act scared, and I was just so excited I kept smiling.
That's
what year
awesome.
was this? 2000?
This was, I want to say 2010.
Oh my God, he would have been
Maybe-
what?
maybe
73?
2011.
Five
I don't know, I
stars.
think-
That's dope.
Yeah.
You need
There
to
you go.
frame that one too. This is more from the Robbie Williams Better Man Weta, the same VFX firm that worked on Planet of the Apes franchises. Here's some better looks at the images.
What a coincidence. What a coincidence. I just wetted myself.
You did Weta yourself after looking at the image of you and
I wetted my pants.
Weta does a good job with VFX, so it's dope.
King's Portal, I have to disagree. Aubrey Plaza can do wrong. The child's
Listen,
play remake.
I'm not going to get too political here, but this is kind of funny. The faces that Waltz made on the last night's debate. They do kind of
they're both making crazy faces. So like,
No. Waltz made a lot more crazy faces.
Here's the difference. Walls makes faces that are funny.
Yeah.
Vance makes faces that are creepy.
He does. I ain't gonna lie. He does that way creepy.
But I will say I like him, but this was not his best showing. He does better at rallies than
like Tim is like a likable person. Like he's
but
not
the
the type
faces
of-
here are priceless here. I love
Yeah,
that.
like he did good. Like he did good on a couple of subjects, for sure. And then Vince did a couple of good. Yeah, that's weird.
I don't really like JD Vance, but
I don't think anyone does. I
No,
don't think his
he's
mother
a
likes him.
weirdo person. Definition of
Yeah,
weirdo.
I don't think his mom likes him.
Oh no, he doesn't.
So RJ was retweeting this. Where is RJ, by the way? He's been too busy
sleeping.
The AEW has a DC promo on it.
Oh yeah, because it's owned by this one. Discovery
Warner
is
Brothers?
Warner Brothers Discovery is promoting. They just signed a new deal, so yeah, it makes sense. That's dope. For
That's
people
why
to
they
see
don't
it.
like The Rock.
Oh my God, no,
Because
this is
they're
a different
in
company.
cahoots with AEW. That's
a
why they
different-
messed up Black Adam.
I would love that, but that's a good promote. That's good promoted to the audience.
So here is the first look at Kahori, Reshaper of Worlds. The new series marks the comic book debut of Kahori, the original character for Disney Plus What If series. That's really cool that they made a character from
Yeah.
Disney Plus What If, and now it's becoming a comic. That's awesome.
Yeah, people.
And
When
it's
that
very,
episode came
very
out
good
last
for representation.
when that episode came out last year, people said, "I like her character. Why you don't do something?"
Yeah,
with
and
her?"
this has got to be better situation than Echo.
I mean, she's
that
in the
was a-
series.
that-
She's
that
in the
should have
series,
been
yeah.
a good representation, but that series is just bad.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I
want
want to like this. I just would never rewatch that at all.
And I just got chopped up. It was supposed to be.
If I
6
ever
episodes,
rewatched
and-
a Disney Plus Marvel show, Echo would be at the bottom of the list. What would be at the bottom of your list? Not to be negative, Joe, but I try to give them all a shot. But Echo was just
Echo's pretty bad, but I'd have to go with Moon Knight. I think Moon Knight would be at the
I'd
bottom.
rather watch Moon Knight again than Echo because of Oscar Isaac.
I mean, Oscar Isaac's great, but
It's just the writing. Yeah, it's the writing.
Yeah,
and
he had
also
nothing
the
to work
ending.
with.
Yeah.
What do you
Al-
think, Anthony? What do
Also,
you think,
Moon
Joe,
Knight
of
wasn't in
this
it.
new comic? Is this cool? Is this cool that it would start from the a Disney Plus series and now it's becoming a comic?
Yeah.
Yes, they should. If they introduce more stuff if they introduce new characters and What If next season, I think next season is the last season of What
Here's
If.
some
So yeah,
action panels from the first look at Kahori, Reshaper of the World. He's interacting with Daredevil
and Echo.
And then, who is that?
Echo,
Oh, that's
Echo. Yeah.
Oh, that's Echo there.
That's dope. Like,
Well, hopefully Echo's cooler in the comics.
Do you know who really
she's way
liked
cool in the
Echo?
comics and live action. Yeah.
Do you know who really liked Echo?
Who?
The YouTube, I don't know, you know this YouTube guy. Do you know who Coach is on YouTube? Coach? He created a whole channel about Echo called Echo Base.
Oh,
Joe.
Wow.
Yes, I know Coach from the Echo Beach Network.
That's how
I was just thinking
That's
there's no way because
disrespectful.
you have to be joking because there's no way Coach.
That's disrespectful.
He
That's
loved
wait
it.
for you to
He
come on,
loved
Bruce.
it. Built a whole channel around it.
Yeah. I'm never gonna stop streaming. I'm gonna go 24 hours.
Stop.
Sonic Forces. Okay, so but here those action panels look pretty cool. Look at this villain from the Kahori Reshaper of Worlds comic. The villain looks pretty interesting too. That she's fighting here. Anything to say about that, Anthony?
Huh?
The villain that she's fighting at the top panel. It looks pretty cool.
Yes. It's a villain from
Interesting
a planet.
character design.
Looks cool.
I will say this in regards to that Kahori. Sometimes we hear people complain when shows and movies come out based on comics, and they'll go, "Well, that's not how it was in the comics. They didn't do it like that in the comics." And I always remind people that a lot of times the things that it can work both ways. The comics can take things from the other media as well, because Jimmy Olsen, Harley Quinn. These were characters created in other media that eventually made their way to the comics.
Well, funny enough, this was tweeted out by the Geeks and Game. Does the people in charge of the Geeks and Gamers Twitter handle know that this is a positive story for representation, or were they pointing at
Brandy
wokeness?
She's the prince.
Well, Brandy's going to bat for Rachel Ziegler.
Brandy was Cinderella.
Yes, she was in the back
first,
then. They didn't people didn't yell woke or DEI or anything. They just went with it.
He was good in the part.
The difference is social media.
Yeah,
we didn't have social media back then because people,
or at least not the presence it is now.
Yeah, the presence it is.
It's like I keep saying with Doctor Who, like Russell T Davies just came back to Doctor Who after like a long absence, and people are like, "Well, Russell T Davies, man, he used to be good, but he went woke now. He's putting in this like gay agenda," and it's like, really? Do you want to go back and rewatch his first seasons, like from when you liked the show? Because one of the main characters, Captain Jack, played by John Barrowman, was bisexual and trying to jam everything that moves.
Well, let's listen to Brandy's comments on Rachel Ziegler's Snow White. She was a trailblazer for Cinderella. This was applauded back in the day. I think it got awards. Her singing was great. She was. Yes, she was. I've never actually seen her version, so I might go back and watch it. She says, "You're not taking on this role to fit the mold of the critics. You're doing this for every little Colombian girl who has yet to see themselves in a role like a Disney princess."
That's right. 100% right.
So she is backing up Rachel Ziegler. Take it.
I'll say this: the Brandy version of Cinderella is now relevant again too, because it's now canonical to the Descendants.
She's in the Disney parks.
Yeah, but the Descendants franchise, the very popular Descendants franchise, the version of Cinderella they're using is the version from the Brandy movie. So this is now canonical to the Descendants, which is a massively popular franchise with the kids.
That also proves the narrative incorrect, because as I can remember, I watched some of the Descendants back in the day when my wife covered Toys and Dolls when it was coming out. And there are a few race or gender swaps in that show, and it's successful, and no one talks about it. And younger people really enjoy that show, and it's it keeps going and going and going, Joe. So doesn't that prove the narrative false?
Yeah, absolutely.
Going to make you watch all this. I've seen some of them. And I think I saw the first two.
My daughter's being one of the descendants for Halloween. The new movie, The Rise of Red. She's being Red for Halloween.
Okay. Awesome. Now let me set this up.
It got debunked.
React before I can even set up the clip. Okay. On Movie Talk, you have to do a setup first and then react. Okay, so the rumors here, which I'm hoping is a rumor, apparently Xolo Maridueña has been cast as Sam in Marvel Studios Nova. Now, I am looking forward to Nova, and lots of DC fans believe he is coming back as Blue Beetle, especially since, what's the other character, Joe? Booster Gold usually interacts with Blue Beetle.
Yes, and that's why I'm hoping they really pick up on the end credits scene where
I don't think he can do both. I think this is fake news. I think this rumor's unlikely.
It's from Production Weekly, Production List, which Weekly still always get stuff wrong.
I am looking forward to the series, but do you think that Xolo could do both Blue Beetle and Nova? Bruce is saying Sam Alexander.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't believe it.
As long as they're not shooting at the same time.
What?
As long as they're not shooting like at the same time.
But isn't a similar character somewhat? Not exactly, but space become part of a core, like a Beetle or a Nova core, you know? I don't know. It seems too similar of a character to me to do both. I like Xolo, and honestly, Cobra Kai is ending, and thank God that season is horrible. Season 5.
Get out of here with that goofiness. What the heck? That show's great.
Goofiness, bro. You a bunch of goofy.
You drunk?
You drunk?
Well,
bro.
I had
Get
one
up to
beer. I love Karate Kid series. I've been an OG Karate Kid fan.
By the way,
listen, I subscribe to you because of Cobra Kai.
I guarantee you go
on crap.
I
Bruce.
guarantee
He tried to watch it.
I guarantee
by the way, Max,
you're gonna love the Jackie Chan and what is the guy name? Forget the actor name that played Daniel. Yes, I bet you're gonna love that movie next year. I bet you're gonna love that.
What were you gonna say, Joe?
I was gonna say while I was looking for that picture of Robert Englund, I found this picture of me and a member of a sex cult.
Oh Lord!
Oh, you know what's really? I kind of had like a celebrity crush on her back. I really liked her.
Yeah, that's a shame. It's a shame what happened.
No, she seemed like such a good person. You know, I mean, she got wrapped up in some weirdness. That's not, you know.
I mean,
what is her name? Allison Mack.
Allison Mack. Unfortunately, she got branded with some bad.
Yeah,
I was trying to fit branded into a sentence there since she was branding people.
But no, she was one of my favorite characters from Smallville. You know, and I think was she on Nickelodeon first?
No, that I don't know about that. She was in the third Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie, Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Oh, okay. Are you trying to tell us, Joe? Bring that picture back up. Were you in some type of? No, I'm just kidding.
Stop.
I might have been.
Well, I mean, she's in jail now, so
as far as you know.
The babies will be CGI in the new Rugrats movie, but everything else is live action. That sounds horrible. Again, I don't like this premise.
Good luck doing it.
But what do you think? What do you think, Joe and Anthony and the people in the chat and the audience? I think it's a horrible idea.
All I say is good luck. Don't know how you're gonna pull this off.
I think they should just do
I wonder
CG.
if they're gonna get the original actors to come back.
Honestly, the best probably would be really well done animation similar to the original animation style, or if they're gonna go CG, full CG, but not CG babies in a live action world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cal says no. You could do it like
Nightmare Fuel. Bianca says
you could do it like
just don't make
like
it.
The Tom and Jerry live action movie they released on HBO a couple of years ago, whatever it was that. I think Joe knows what I'm talking about. The that Tom and Jerry movie from
Yeah, the one with
yeah.
Chloe Grace Moretz in it.
Yeah, like you could do that, like with this, like sure.
I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll be blown away by the trailer next week. I just doubt it.
Bianca hit my pet peeve. Come on,
Who asked
Bianca.
for a
Come
Rugrats
on.
movie anyway?
We don't make movies because people ask for them. We make for them because someone had an idea. The day we start making movies based on poll will not be a good day.
I disagree, Joe. I think they should do both. I think you should make some movies that people ask for.
Well,
just not
some
everything.
movies, but that should not be the template for making movies.
I disagree too. If the audience is going to pay and they're asking for a certain project,
yeah, well, some movies, but that shouldn't be everything. That shouldn't be the way movies get greenlit. If you're just like, we will not greenlit anything the audience did not specifically put in a request for, then art is dead. Let's take Joker, for example. Nobody wanted a Joker solo movie without Batman. Nobody was asking for that, and everybody loved it.
Okay, Kevin Smith. All right, Kevin Smith wants Sarah Michelle Gellar to fill the role of Sharon Doherty in this long-awaited Mallrats sequel. So they are actually making a Mallrats sequel. And Joe got me my Mallrats VHS tape, which I haven't watched again yet since you gave it to me.
You know that movie? You know that movie was referenced in Captain Marvel?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Her being Shannon's bestie and having already tried out for Mallrats 30 years ago next year would ask Sarah to step in. Should they still make Mallrats 2 without Shannon Doherty? Do you like the story about about her friend Sarah Michelle Gellar stepping in? I think they could. I'm not against them making a sequel now. They already planned to do it. Unfortunately, Shannon Doherty's no longer with us. It's very sad that she left so early.
Yeah.
And she did great in the first movie. It would have been really great if they made it before she passed.
I got my Mallrats book right here.
Yeah.
It's got a signature on the inside cover that I will have to
do you have Stanley's signature?
It says, "Thanks for making the trip, cocksmoker. Nooch, Jason Mewes."
Damn.
Awesome.
You should have got Stanley's signature on it.
And then they're also saying in this article that the 4:30 movie is also didn't you say it was pretty good?
Yeah, it's the best thing Kevin Smith has done since Zack and Miri, quite frankly.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind
check out 4:30, and I think seems like they're still going ahead with Mallrats 2 with Sarah Michelle Gellar stepping in for Shannon Doherty's
that's
friend.
if she accepts the role.
I think she will. I think they run tight. I think they're pretty much tight friends. Friends in the entertainment industry there.
Yeah, because she's married to Prince.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yes, which is crazy. Almost 2 decades.
All right, so Grace Randolph is making a stink on X, suggesting that she can't believe people are applauding DC for what they've been screaming at Sony for solo villain movies. But she doesn't understand what Anthony, and try to do it without swearing, that Sony villain movies are junk.
Yeah, they're not like, how you say this? The general audience outside, we're not counting Venom. Venom is a whole different. Everybody know Venom for the last 5 decades. But
how come Grace doesn't understand
you cannot do Morbius
that Bane and Deathstroke are in a different category than Morbius and Craven and
Craven, yeah.
And
like,
even Venom.
Yeah, you cannot
Morbius and Madam Web were woke, and these DC movies will not be woke.
I don't know about that. It's just you cannot do Adam Web without Spider-Man. You cannot do Craven without Spider-Man. You cannot do Morbius without Spider-Man and Blade. So like, because they're both connected. It's like you just can't do it without the character. Venom I don't count Venom because everybody know Venom for a long ass time. So yeah, but also Deathstroke and Bane. That's funny. And Deathstroke and Bane, everybody know them for the last 20 years, 30 years.
Audigy says Sony made movies about characters no one cared about. A Deathstroke movie makes more sense than a Morbius movie.
Yeah, the Morbius movie should have just been in a Spider-Man movie or Blade movie. That's that. If Morbius would have been in the Blade movie, the new Blade movie, that Morbius versus Blade, it would have been a ton.
And then this
it made a
commenter
ton of
said,
money.
plus DC isn't making it their whole universe. Like Sony has,
That is true.
besides the
That is
Spider-Man,
true.
has just made their whole universe.
That is true.
Bane is meh. I think
I
Bane
don't
could be a good character,
know.
Bruce.
Bane
Though.
is a good character if you do it
So
right.
Sony has it's still not too late for them. They have a path for success.
Nah, they done.
But they really do. But what they need is they need what DC and Marvel have that they do not have. They need an architect to plan it out. They also need a hero protagonist, because if you're going to have villain movies, if you can't use Spider-Man, what about another hero from the Spider-Man stable of characters like Spider-Woman? Maybe you need a protagonist for these villains to face off against, but they don't have a Feige or a Gunn steering the ship, and that's the biggest problem.
All right.
Surprised. I mean, we know. I forgot the guy that did Solo, the Solo movies. Lord Miller and Chris, they done after the third movie. So like, you know, I just don't want to see them anymore. Though, just please let them be in the Spider-Man movie, and maybe have Morbius show up in the Blade movie. Just please.
I've said it before, but I would like to see Sony approach J. Michael Straczynski, who was the writer of Amazing Spider-Man for years and actually created the villain that was in the Madam Web movie, whose name escapes me. But that character was created by J. Michael Straczynski. But his strength is planning out big multi-arc stories, because he created the 5-year arc of Babylon 5 before they ever shot a single thing. And it's like, why don't you bring him in and let him craft your universe? You couldn't do any worse. Like, I mean, even if it doesn't work, it's already not working. What do you got to lose?
Yes.
Well, who here now, with the success of the Sonic franchise, Sonic 3 having Shadow, they also have Knuckles on Paramount Plus. There's even a Netflix animated series. According to Comic Oddity, a Team Chaotix project is in development at Paramount Plus. Everyone knows about Team Chaotix from Sega 32X, a failed Sega console.
Oh my god!
It was a Sonic side project for the 32X with characters like this. Like there's an alligator, there's a bee, and I think that's a chameleon or something.
Yes, I think they could show.
If this is true, that's kind of cool.
I think they could show up in the new movie. Why not?
Well, it'd probably be in Paramount Plus show, if Paramount Plus still exists, I guess.
Yeah, if they were, I mean, they got bought by what the studio they got bought from?
Well, that hasn't actually gone through yet.
This is gonna go through.
I don't understand. To be honest with you, Bruce, I don't understand Venom 3 about this Null character. What they're gonna do with it? Like they're talking about Andy Serkis is gonna do something else. I don't see Venom 3 launching anything else.
I got to disagree with Bruce completely here, because my whole family is super excited for Venom 3, and we have been. It's been one of our most anticipated films of the year.
Yeah, like Venom 3 is projecting to do well at the box office in 3 weeks. So, in 2 weeks from now, so it's projected to do well.
I don't get this. Real Anarchy. I'm calling you out, Real Anarchy. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. They're so weird about simping for the Justice League movie. Like, why are they? They're no chill for calling out Justice League. I assume the Whedon version as the cause of the death of the DCU, and they inadvertently revealed something that hasn't been officially announced.
I have no.
Teen Titans has been officially announced. Real Anarchy.
Yeah, it's weird. Why would you break that up when you're writing on? Whatever.
Like I don't. It's really weird how they take a side in the DC fandom consistently.
This is also
like that's so
factually
weird.
Wrong.
Yeah,
that's
like
also,
so.
What?
Yeah, it says after the DC Cinematic Universe imploded in spectacular fashion, cause of death. Justice League. That's factually wrong. Their biggest hit came out after Justice League. Their biggest
it was
hit
Wonder
was
Woman.
Aquaman.
Well,
Well,
Aquaman and Wonder
Aquaman,
Woman.
yeah.
Well, I
I
think
don't-
it's actually factually correct, Joe. The Justice League, the repercussions from that movie eventually killed it, even though Aquaman
Well, yeah, well, the
succeeded after.
sequels, it
Totally,
killed,
totally
but
disagree.
but
Whatever decisions were made with Justice League had ramifications for the whole universe. Eventually, they couldn't get out from under the decisions made.
I think two things killed the DC universe. Two things: COVID and releasing the Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut was a mistake because they had finally moved past the Snyder Cut and were starting to have success, and then they relitigated an old argument, and it wasn't a good idea.
VVS soured the audience. Okay, I'm not getting into this argument again, but whatever. I agree with the article writer, regardless of what version of I think both versions, the whole experience of Justice League, regardless of the Snyder Cut was announced or not, I think you'd ultimately end up in the same result. James Gunn taking over, Joe.
All I'm saying is
regardless if the Snyder Cut happened or not, because honestly, even if you don't watch the Snyder Cut, it's still DC ended up where it ended up.
They had two big hits after the Justice League. They had Aquaman and they had Shazam. Both were hits. Then, what do you call it? They made a misfire with Birds of Prey in giving it an R rating. If that had been a PG-13, they would have had a hit on their hands. Then COVID hit and that killed them. COVID.
Oh. Listen to the director's cut gave me Batman's butt and BVS, so I'm good. Awesome, Bianca. Okay, but also I don't know why he's like, and they inadvertently revealed something that hasn't been officially announced. They've talked about Teen Titans in that article in March.
Yeah, that was
he's talking about Smart taking over for Wonder Woman.
That's been announced a long time.
All right, thanks, Axel. I think I know why you're out. He disagrees. Yes. There was something wrong with Aquaman making more money than Man of Steel and BVS movie. In what world is Aquaman more popular than Batman and Superman?
Anthony's incorrect on this one. Shazam was also a hit. That's why they made a sequel.
Rachel came out and said
what's your thoughts on... Okay, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I am. You're a huge Shazam fan. You like Zachary Levi. What's your thoughts on Zachary Levi returning to Shazam after his recent comments?
I think if there's going to be a Shazam in the DCU, it'll probably be Zachary Levi. Because he's friends with James Gunn, and he's friends with Peter Safran. No, James Gunn doesn't cancel people. James Gunn went through that with his Twitter. He's not a guy who's going to cancel someone for endorsing someone for president. Not something I would have done. And unfortunately, Zachary Levi himself does not have the wisdom of Solomon. But James Gunn isn't.
I think Zachary Levi is not talented enough. He's got talent, but he's not talented enough to have these strong opinions that the majority of the entertainment industry disagree with. I don't think he's going to get much work at all, especially after the Purple Crayon box office. I'm not saying
yeah, but the Purple Crayon's going to be a huge hit when it hits Netflix. Did you see the audience score? That got an A- on Cinema Score, and it was like a 92% verified audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
that movie was very popular with audiences. So,
all right, this is according to the sources. Deadline: Halle Berry has been cast in Crime 101 alongside Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, and Barry Keoghan. The heist thriller follows high-level jewel thieves taking place up and down the Pacific coast, where detective zeroes in on a thief looking for a final score. Do you buy or sell this project with Halle Berry?
I'll buy it.
Yeah, I'm happy for her, but she's been having a lot more misses than hits lately, unfortunately.
It's
a good cast, though. Good cast. I think this gives me more confidence in it because of Chris Hemsworth and Mark Ruffalo.
Yes.
Okay.
This is based on a book.
We're going to be ending soon. Let me see what else I have here.
It's October 3rd.
I'm not going to read this verbatim, but this is a half-star review of Megalopolis. This shirt sucked mega.
Catalyst.
Do you agree with this comment, Joe?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a little bit higher praise than I would give the film, but still, yeah.
Yes, lots of people are agreeing with
this
it.
guy. This guy's being very kind to the film. I think
It's that bad?
Yeah.
it's a disaster.
Wow. Sabrina Carpenter on being criticized for her outfits at the Short and Sweet tour. To that I say, don't come to my show, and that's okay. Who is this?
I had never heard of Sabrina Carpenter.
Why do people?
Is she Karen Carpenter's daughter?
I had never heard of her
weird?
until recently, and apparently she's a local girl. She's from very, very close to me in Quakertown.
I see her all over the place on X. She's a pop star, right?
She's
very popular with the kids. There's another one I had never heard of until Dragon Con. And then I went to Dragon Con and they were playing her song everywhere you went. I had never heard of.
I'll have to listen to the
Chappell
music.
Ronan.
Is she related to Karen Carpenter or whatever or something though?
No, I don't think so. She's from Quakertown. Oh, but she is related to somebody. Who is she related to? Hang on a second.
I think the girl that does the Bart. The girl that does the Bart Simpson.
Yes, Nancy Cartwright. She's Nancy Cartwright's niece.
What do you think of her response to critics about how she dresses on her tour? Don't come, and that's okay.
That's so weird. People are so
good
weird.
Advice.
Yeah,
like
she was from Disney.
That's how people. That's
why I don't
how.
know.
Oh yeah, she did Disney back in the day. I forgot about that. But
I'll have to listen to her music.
Every girl artist dressed like that when they go on tour. Even Taylor Swift does it. It's like. Yeah.
Here's some alternate concept art from the first look at Russo Brothers' The Electric State. In this person on X.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It does look different. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's. Yeah. Compared to the pictures below, it does look different. Yeah.
Rachel Ziegler claims that her comment on the prince literally stalking Snow White were taken out of context. It can be very upsetting when things get taken out of context or jokes don't land. The love story is very integral.
Yeah,
I like Rachel Ziegler, but honestly, I don't believe that it was taken out. I think that was actually the context she said.
Oh,
but honestly, the prince is creepy.
She was clearly joking. I mean,
but the prince is kind of creepy. That character.
Yeah, well, he kind of
kissing a sleeping woman.
I mean,
without her
that is
consent.
If you do it. If you make that movie shot for shot now, that movie they will definitely call you a creep.
Can I just say the weirdos who hate her, they pick the weirdest people to hate on because she just like oozes charisma. She's just very likable.
I don't know about that.
It's like they choose the most likable people to hate, which is odd.
Mm-hmm.
But then the most unlikable person they love. I'm not going to say his name.
I know who you're talking about. I still like her. I still am up for her for being in roles, but I think the context was there. I don't think people should have lost their mind over the comment. I think it was funny. All right, let me see. Bruce, what if they did the 30th anniversary VR 2? For PlayStation as well with the other console, the PlayStation 5 Pro and the Slim 30th anniversary. Why didn't the VR get that treatment too? Okay, that's all I have to say about that. I would like a PSVR too. Here's Little Golden Book Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Oh,
a bot to adventure.
This would be good for kids that has never read that never.
No, this is horrible.
Oh my god!
Keep the younglings away from Kylo and Anakin.
No, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to get that one.
No, keep them away from Kylo. Don't bring younglings anywhere near Kylo.
Oh.
This is horrible.
What
is Disney thinking?
My kids got close to Kylo.
Well, be careful.
Be careful what you wish for.
Does anyone remember vampire secret ice pops from the early 90s.
I don't, but let me tell you, I love Dinosaur Dracula. I met him once at a convention. Nice guy. But yeah.
Oh, that's the person on X that's putting this up.
Yeah,
I liked him too until he put his little @Dinosaur Dracula on the image. I can't stand when people do that.
Well, he does that all the time because people
I know I can't
share
stand
his images.
But I would like to have these ice pops that for good humor. I think they should.
You gotta keep in mind why he does that though. These images are from his personal collection.
They are.
Do you have a link, Bruce, that you could provide to us, like a video link or like a minute or two we could react? Star Wars Theory going after Daisy Ridley.
Max, are you not too familiar with Dinosaur Dracula?
No.
He lives in Jersey. He's very close to me. He co-hosts a podcast called the Purple Stuff Podcast, one of the best podcasts around.
Mm-hmm.
And he collects all these like old food items. So all these boxes and food items he puts on his Instagram and Twitter. These are his. These are from his personal collection.
Mm.
And he's been known to like open like 20-year-old boxes of things, and like he'll get like the old Chef Boyardee like Smurf pasta from the early 80s. These are cans that have been sealed since like 1980, and he'll open them up to see what the pasta looks like today.
Does he eat it?
No, he'll eat some stuff. He'll eat some
I'm
old
gonna
stuff.
eat it all.
But
Oh,
you gotta follow him, man. He's
Okay.
cool. He's a good dude.
All right. I'll follow.
Not just on Twitter. Like you check his Instagram, he posts some good stuff.
I gotta admit, these memes are funny. What's up, Doc? Vance and Walls. That does look. It's funny. I still like Tim Walls, but I can laugh at him too.
I don't.
You disagree with the meme?
Well, I disagree with comparing him to Bugs Bunny.
Vance
Like I don't think
Bugs
that
Bunny?
I need to keep Bugs Bunny away from my kids.
Oh,
I mean, you're talking about a guy that thinks that Ohio. No, I'm not. Never mind.
all right, yeah. This is the meme that went viral. Thanks, everyone. Okay. Trump slapping Vince McMahon.
Oh, this is from. I think this is from. Yeah.
Was he president then?
There's two people that need to be slapped.
Yeah, definitely.
Who's the guy in the middle?
Oh, he flicked his nose. Did you
Who's
see
the guy in the
that?
middle? Is that Steve Austin?
Yes.
Yeah, Steve Austin.
He should just slap them both.
Look, he gets flicked in the nose. Boom. Oh. There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the meaning to J.
Do you watch this new documentary on Netflix, Joe?
Not yet. I hear it's good. Senior Nerd was
it's
telling me I
very
need to
good,
see it.
Terrifier 3 has extreme violence and excessive gore, and they have a promotion of a barf bag in the theater.
Yeah,
Can you
I don't
put
need
popcorn in it first, and then
I don't need to see that. But I will say this: Terrifier 3 does have local boy Daniel Roebuck in it. One of our little local actors.
Is this all gimmick though, or do you think people might actually get that grossed out?
I heard that they were in the second one.
Yeah, but a barf bag—that's great promotion.
That's dope.
Don't use it.
should've
Save
gone
that.
for the-
I would like Joe. If you're at the theater, can you get me one?
I'm not going to see this movie.
You don't need to see the movie to get the bag.
Well, we'll see. I'll
Please
talk
give
to
me a
I'll talk to
Terrifier 3 barf
I'll
bag.
talk to the manager of my theater, see what I can do.
Yeah. I want to see my wife.
They're
even
probably,
said
they're
she didn't
probably
wanna see it.
selling that on eBay. Let me see.
Oh, here's the Venom 3 popcorn buckets.
That I think I need.
I don't like this at all.
I like it. I want to.
This
eat
is from
popcorn
Regal.
Venoms. Yeah, I'm probably gonna pick one of those up.
I already got mine in order, so I'm good.
Okay.
Bro, like the popcorn
I'll check
buckets,
it, Bruce.
popcorn buckets is
Yeah,
good.
I don't think this looks good.
Bro, it's literally like
I don't like the popcorn buckets that you can't put too much popcorn in it.
Well, I don't actually use them for popcorn. I kind of just keep them.
bro,
Like I got a
just
Batman
keep them and
cowl
display
over
them.
there. Yeah.
This is the
display
worst
them.
one. This is a cup. It just looks dumb to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's from
Just
the
looks like the
comics.
symbiote's on
I'm
your
not
cup.
expecting.
I don't think these look good. This is
I am
pretty.
I am good. Well, hang on a second.
How does it hold? Barely. The inside Venom's head barely holds any popcorn.
I mean, this one doesn't hold much either, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah, the Batman.
Didn't Rhea send you one of those?
I have the Bat Signal.
Oh, the Bat Signal one. That's what she's saying. That's dope. Yeah, the Bat Signal one is dope.
How do you even open this thing? I can't even
Top
find the
size.
Yeah, I can't even find the.
Bianca has been a member for 7 months. Thank you, Bianca.
I like it.
Boom
I really
Chica
love it.
Pop. Favorite brand of popcorn.
Joe, you should have got the one that the Max has
the Bat Signal.
Yeah, the best one. That was dope.
Yeah, here's another
I got
another look
the
at the
Scream
vomit
one, too.
bag for Terrifier 3 on a seat in a Regal Theater.
Max, did you see the Scream popcorn bucket?
No.
Hang on, let me grab that one.
What did he tag you on? Oh, I'm getting this one.
New Godzilla -1 whiskey.
That's
You're
dope.
getting
I'm
this?
getting it. Yeah, I want to. Well, I gotta see how much is it. If it's like $80, sure, why not? Yeah, why not? It's definitely a collector edition. Why not?
That's kind of cool.
That's dope.
And
I thought you stopped collecting popcorn buckets.
Yeah, well, this is a couple years old. It says on the back, do you like scary movies?
Yes, that's the thing. That's the one from Screen 6.
You collected it before it was like trending so much. Now it's like ridiculous. Scalping.
Now because everybody love it.
This is Warner Bros. Reportedly, according to CBR, Warner Bros. Reportedly begged Joker director to run the new DC studios.
That would have been a disaster. Oh my god!
That's what everyone's saying in the after Joker 2. And you're like that too, Anthony? Someone says dodge the goddamn nuke.
Yeah.
Let's just
say the ending is very controversial.
Okay.
I hope everybody's wrong about Joker too. But
I do too. I hope Anthony's wrong.
But nobody was wrong about Megalopolis, so who knows?
Oh my god, man, Rocco. Oh, man, he should just retire for another 10 years.
Hey, I'm gonna get going. It's getting late.
All right, thank you, Joe. I'm going to be ending soon as well.
How did you when you find out they were the same person?
All right. How old were you when you found out they were the same person?
110 years.
He's got range. I like him. Tombstone's one of my favorites. I would put Tombstone over Avatar, though, for sure, in General Court.
I'll give you
Tombstone's amazing. Okay. Let me see what else. I don't know. Tanner Gilman and Zolo Marduena have reportedly been cast in an upcoming Nova TV series. Glenn Close and John C. Reilly are set to return, according to productionlist.com.
Nah, but they're not reliable. They're not reliable. That would be
Tanner
cool,
Gillen.
but yeah.
I don't know.
It'll be cool,
I hope it's coming together. They are. I think it's very plausible because they are getting together the Green Lantern series. It's not exactly comparable, but something similar.
For sure.
Oh, figure drawing. No. Tombstone isn't corny.
I don't know about being corny, but sure.
Nike is releasing some Green Goblin shoes this holiday.
Hey, I get it. I like it.
It doesn't look cool enough for me to... I like the premise, but it just doesn't look that great. These could easily be something else besides Green Goblin.
It's crazy because when Willem Dafoe was telling the story how when he was put in the costume, it's like it was literally just a big ass Nike sneakers.
This is a no shirt Sherlock.
Yeah, no
for
shit.
My Time is Showing Hello. The actor that will be cast as John Stewart in Lanterns will have a deal for both movies and TV shows. You don't need a scooper for this My Time to Shine Hello.
Yeah, we know how
James Gunn announced that they are going to be the same in animation, live action, TV, movies, and video games.
Yeah, like no crap. Yeah, no crap. So we know how Jordan has a 1-season contract, which that means the actors how Jordan is going to die in the show. To what extent, we don't know. And John Stewart's going to be in multiple. Yeah, duh. Like, come on. Like, no shit, Sherlock.
Matthew Modine, who played Papa in Stranger Things, officially officiated Millie Bobby Brown's wedding to Jake Bon Jovi.
That's dope. That's dope. That's quick. Damn, she married at a young age, but good. I mean, hey, wish her nothing for the best.
I'm looking forward to the next Stranger Things.
Next year, 2025.
Here is the new DLC for Turtles with the Mona Lisa turtle. And then there's this one Gecko with a skateboard. He uses a skateboard to fight. That looks awesome. I think it's available right now. I got to play Shredder's Revenge again. That looks great.
Dope.
What do you think, Anthony? Are you going to play Shredder's Revenge with this DLC? There's a lot of
DLCs. Until
DLCs.
now.
You what?
Never heard of this until now.
Shredder's Revenge or the DLC?
The Stranger the DLC thing.
They also have this rabbit character and this girl from the last DLC. They're really supporting this game a lot.
Cool.
Zombieland was released 15 years ago today.
God damn, time flies.
You know what?
Wow.
That is a movie that I should make a custom VHS for.
I think it came out on VHS.
I don't think so.
Let me see. Let me look it up. What,
15 years?
Let me see.
Nah.
Zombie. What is it called?
Zombieland.
Zombie.
His name is Usagi. Yes. Usagi Yojimbo.
Land.
Zombieland. I want to revisit that. I really enjoyed that movie, and I honestly didn't mind Bill Murray in that movie because he didn't have much of a role.
Nah, Shaun of the Dead is the last VHS movie in 2004. Yeah.
Is this real? First look at the Krabby Patty meal, including a real life Krabby Patty.
Yes. You go. Okay. Once you get off work, go to
Wendy's. October 8th.
On Wendy's on October 8th.
This is gonna sell out.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna sell out. When
Wendy's is having like a Happy Meal box?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Look at the shake. Look at that Frosty with the Krabby Patty meal.
Tastes delicious.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna try one.
I have to tell my wife.
Yes, you should do a review when it comes out.
I know Grace was in it. Yes, Jeff. I've watched it. I just haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, I think you should do a review on it. Once it come
Here
out.
Here is another beat 'em up classic. Night Warriors, I think, or what is it called? Night Slashers. Sorry, Night Slashers, being remade with new animation. This is a beat 'em up where they fight vampires, monsters, Frankenstein. Look at that. It looks really. I like the pixel art better, but I gotta admit this does look good. This looks in the same style of Streets of Rage 4 and other recent beat 'em ups. And it looks like there are some improvements to some of the animation. Even though I like the pixel art, the animation wasn't amazing back then. And I think I'm going to be picking this up. I love the premise of Night Slashers. Battle the Undead Hordes.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's bonus modes. I know Rhea is also a fan of this game. It looks pretty good. I hope there's also some new moves. Have you ever played this, Anthony?
Which one?
Look, you get a van and you start crunching on zombies. I would actually like them to make a movie, Night Slashers. That would be awesome.
They're not releasing the.
All right, so Variety confirms Scribe Anna Noguera, Supergirl Woman Tomorrow will be writing Teen Titans movie for DC Studios, and I'm all for that. I hope that goes along with the rumors about the Deathstroke and Bane movie, and I would love Deathstroke to interact with the Teen Titans, and I'm so happy
for sure
because I've liked the animated Young Justice, Teen Titans, not the new Teen Titans, and then I also like Titans on HBO. I like them all.
Yes.
So I'm very happy that they're going to do hopefully the movie will happen.
Yes.
Oh, here's the first look at Nicolas Cage on set of Spider-Man Noir. And I gotta say, I was looking forward to this because Nicolas Cage, but after seeing the first image, this is the first. I hope there's more to this.
I think he might be. I think he's
boring.
probably doing an investigation or something.
Yeah,
but
it's
like,
this looks boring. It looks like Spider-Man in name only, at least from this image.
yeah, it does. Hopefully,
it just looks like anything.
Yeah, hopefully we get more set pictures if he does wear a costume.
Yeah, someone says I could see it now. We're not getting a suit till the last 10 minutes of the season finale. I hope that's not. I hope he gets the suit.
Please,
right away. Is he going to be in costume or not?
Please.
Yeah, I have lots of like this image does not look good.
Yeah,
I know it's a set shot figure drawing, but it just looks boring, and it doesn't look like he's going to be and I agree with the people that say, oh, he'll get the costume at the end, just like Madam Web.
Man.
Madam Web, they had the characters, and then they were in costume for like 2 minutes.
She was in costume for like 5
seconds. That's Sony stuff, right?
Yeah.
All these opinions from a set photo. That's the kind of quality you get here on MME. Anthony Cheeseman, thank you. Yeah, Joe had to go. He's getting better. We're going to be ending here shortly as well. Thank you for sticking with us. Okay, so here's some more. Here's behind the scenes of Swaybox Studios that's creating the dynamic duo movie for James Gunn and DC Studios that are making the dynamic duo for the Robin project. They use life-size puppets and sets combined with CGI to make animated films look photorealistic. This is really interesting because I thought
I've never heard of the technology.
I thought these stop motion figures were smaller, but look how big they are to the people in the green screen.
Yeah,
you know,
huge, yeah.
These are as big as the puppets from Joe's favorite project, the Muppets.
Yep.
You know. So there's the behind the scenes. There's a look at one of the characters' heads. There's a car. Wow. Look at this. Look, they use miniatures.
Miniatures, yeah.
But they're not as miniature as you would think, though.
Nah, that's dope. Yeah. That's really dope. I can't wait to see the first trailer of this.
Just 2 months away from our introduction to Neil. From Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
Yep.
Do you think Neil is going to be a huge success for Disney Star Wars, Anthony? Look at him, or them. I don't know.
I think so. It depends. Yeah, why not? Yes,
oh, he looks cute.
So why not?
Okay.
Yes, he does.
Gwen Stefani. Let me see what else I have here. I think that's it.
Yeah.
That is kind of funny. All right, enough of that. Maxine, Walmart exclusive. Good movie.
Maxine keep getting new Blu-rays and steelbooks. I like that.
Applebee's are selling a Halloween-themed cocktail for $1, calling it Dollar Zombie.
I saw people in the shop. Really? You did really?
$1? Is that real?
If it's $1, then damn, people's gonna get drunk in 1 second.
I'll get a few of those. Gwen Stefani. Uh-oh.
Oh, this new ad that she's doing. I forgot, yeah.
Can I do a topic on Sydney Sweeney?
Sure.
Is it too much? Is she leaning into the sex appeal too much where it's going to start impacting her roles?
Nah.
I mean, she's getting a big deal with Squatch soap or Sasquatch soap.
Sasquatch soap.
But
nah.
Yeah, she's not a very good actress. This is Sydney Sweeney.
Nah, I think she's gonna.
You bet she's leaning. Yes,
you know how Hollywood is. They don't really, how they are. Like they just like whatever. But good for her. Hey, she's getting paid.
She's getting it.
She is getting paid.
I think she's getting overexposed, though. I think it's too much. I think it's going to start because a lot of it you see she's more of a social media person than an actress.
Sure.
I mean, that's her brand. She's making that money. She's getting that bank.
Sure.
You know, but I think she's becoming more of a social media presence and an influencer for product selling than actually acting. Depends on what she wants to do, and there's no shame in that game. But I haven't seen anything great acting. Let's just be real. She's not famous for her acting ability.
No.
Right? People are attracted to her, and the anti SJW and anti woke crew like that she is just okay to be sexy and not have to be PC about it, which I also agree. If a woman wants to be sexy, let them do whatever they want, right? But that's seems to be the appeal she has, not on her acting. I haven't seen anyone that says I like Sydney Sweeney for her
No,
acting.
she's just decent. She's just a decent actress. That's what I could say. She's just
I'm not
decent in what she does.
I'm not trolling over her. I gave her a shot in Anyone But You, and that movie stunk. I actually enjoyed her more in Madam Web.
Okay,
but I haven't, everything else is just like social media.
Well, she's good in Euphoria, but nah, it just depends. I really don't mind it. It's like, okay, she's doing her job.
Some progressive people take it too far. Did you ever hear of like woke schools of like, oh, you're putting other women down by being over sexualizing yourself, and that doesn't help other women, other feminists. I'm not saying this is me. This is something that can happen, is other feminists criticize other women for promoting their sexiness over their acting ability or whatever, for in her case, and saying it doesn't help women altogether. Are you serious, Bruce? That never happens. Okay. I guess I'm just imagining it. That happens. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all about, on the progressive leftist side, it's all about sex and body positivity. Not all of it. No, not all of it. That's called internalized misogyny. I used to have it. Okay. All right, moving on, because people think I don't know what I'm talking about anyway, so I'll move on. Maybe I don't. Okay, so this is also about the dynamic duo movie with that awesome animation studio that's using new techniques for stop motion and live action and combining different special effects. Matthew Aldrich is writing DC's dynamic duo movie. He previously wrote Pixar's Coco.
Of course.
So that's a good sign, right, Anthony?
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. I do. I need to get out more.
Yes, he does. Max definitely needs to. Yeah.
Okay. Big titles from PlayStation Studios: Ghost of Yotai, Death Stranding, and Wolverine. Is Wolverine even still happening?
It is. It's just that, after the leak, I mean, they just got leaked a couple months ago. So, like, they're not gonna, still working on the game. Like, I'm not gonna, I'd rather them not rush it. I don't like when companies rush games. I really hate that. Because they have to meet the expectations.
Because Joker 2 is out, we'll end on
Gaga correcting Joaquin.
Joaquin, Lady Gaga, and Todd Phillips.
Fraud.
You're giving it. All right. It's very disappointing, Anthony, to hear you go that route.
I like Todd.
Just because you don't like what the second movie.
But that ending is very questionable from him. That's all. Yeah, that's what I gotta say.
Hello, Bruce. You're on the air.
I know I'm on the air. You got Star Wars Theory.
Oh, okay. I'll react to Star Wars Theory. Say hi to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Make sure they thumbs up the video, please.
No.
Thumbs up the video. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you're watching on the rewind.
Oh, wow. When are we doing another Power Hour? All right. I'll
And
talk
in
to
the
you.
mortal words of Mama Bear, hello, boys.
Wow.
Yeah, I would have forgot if you didn't call. Okay.
Oh god.
She's joined by Stephanie and then Gaga because they're saying Gaga.
Call me whatever you want.
She's joined by Stephanie and then Gaga because they're saying Gaga.
Call me whatever you want.
Oh wow. I would love it if she said that to me. Todd Phillips is embarrassed by Joaquin Phoenix.
He's just
Do I
laughing.
call
He's like,
you
oh,
Gaga
Lord.
or Stefani? I would call you Harley.
She's the goat, but Gaga is an easier name compared to a real life name.
Anthony says Lady Gaga is looking like Donatella Versace these days. You can't even understand what they're saying. Well, Joaquin, it is pretty low audio. Joaquin Phoenix is saying, I don't know if I should call you Gaga or Stefani. It's her real name.
Yeah, Stefani's
She
a
said,
real
you
name.
can call me
But
whatever you want. And Todd Phillips is embarrassed because he released Joker 2. No, he's embarrassed because Joaquin Phoenix
yeah,
is
because he doesn't know which.
making it awkward.
I mean, Gaga is like the easier name to go by now. Like it's like I don't like Gaga. Yeah, like a lady, like a Gaga. You know, Gaga.
All right, so this is what Bruce wanted to show me. This, according to Bruce, without reading this yet, this is Star Wars theory going after Daisy Ridley and Rey. The way some fans have received Rey has been very violent. Do you feel that? No. I know that some people have expressed themselves negatively, but I don't pay attention to it because it doesn't really concern me. I can't change the way some men see women. Unfortunately, that's how society works. And then
right about
overall,
that part.
I've been very well received. I've made the choice to focus on the positive.
She's
But
right.
where is it where he let me see what else he sent me here. Oh, here's the original.
There's nothing wrong with that quote.
Okay. So let me bring up that's the context. And Anthony left. That's the Daisy Ridley original quote that hold on, let me bring Anthony back.
Yeah.
That's the Daisy Ridley original quote. That's the context.
Yes.
And then here is
Star Wars Theory.
Star Wars Theory, one of the biggest Star Wars YouTubers. Not this. This is whatever.
Typical ad and $10, whatever.
All right.
He lowers the 19 man. That's a lie. They're not believe anything.
TheorySabers.com.
I don't know how they could sell those sabers.
Me either, but hey, whatever.
Well, it's never really a dull moment here at Lucasfilm. I suppose there's some sort of like bulletin email that goes out to everyone.
She says she focuses on the positive. Okay, so Bruce gave us the context there that she focuses on the positive. She just ignores that. And she said the majority have been positive. But here is a grown man on the internet going to complain to, so other grown men will give him money. That would melt if they were in the same room as Daisy Ridley as Rey.
Facts.
If they were if all these people were in the same room as her, they would be simping hard. Daisy Ridley loses it, says men are the problem. She didn't say that. Yeah, you're right, Bruce. Total grifter on this title. She did not say men are the problem. She said some men don't want to see women, which is actually accurate.
Yeah. She didn't say anything wrong.
Or whatever, whether it's the Acolyte or sequel trilogy or whatever it might be. Anything Disney related. Seems like they all kind of just spit the same old thing. And let's talk about it because,
there are some men, especially in your audience, that are like this Star Wars theory. Completely accurate. She didn't say your whole audience. She said some men. And then she says she focuses on the positive. I am going to start to do more reactions again because this is very idiotic. This is low-hanging fruit. This is the bargain bin of YouTube Star Wars theory. Where is your next fan film Star Wars theory? You're making more money making this garbage content than actually producing a fan film. And this is it's easier to hate than create, unfortunately. Easier to hate than create. you know? And there's nothing about Daisy Ridley has been a champ. She's handled the stuff the best out of anyone, I think. I don't think there's any reason to criticize her directly beyond the character of Rey, honestly. I don't think anything she's done has been detrimental to the marketing. She's been nothing but a pro, handling herself great. Anthony, what do you think? I know you might also agree that you might not specifically like Rey the character that much, but the actress is a pro. Anthony's being quiet on this one.
Holding out, man. Daisy.
I said, I know you might not necessarily like the character. You're not like a huge fan of Rey, but Daisy Ridley herself has been a pro in the marketing. Hasn't had any gaffes that I could think of.
Nah,
bad
she
marketing.
just said,
She's a
like
pro.
her quote right there was. I have no problem what she said.
No
Well,
Star
she's
Wars
right.
theory. Most of your audience is the problem, not Daisy Ridley, and not men, and people, real men. And I don't care about how many freaking muscles you have, Star Wars theory. Real men, if they don't like something, they don't bitch about it 24/7. They complain and they move on. Real men. So what you're doing is, in what your audience are doing, are not examples of real men. It's pathetic. It really is. So let's hear if he has any. He just talk about phoning it in, even for the topic. Men are the problem. They just rinse and repeat. They have a narrative, and then they just try to bend every single person with Disney Lucasfilm to that narrative. And Daisy Ridley didn't say that. What's something's beeping in the background?
Not really.
Got a lot of hate, and that was for her character, but I don't ever think that the actress should ever get any hate whatsoever or criticism, because they're doing their job, right? They're writing, essentially being the puppet of a, lack of better words, shitty script. If you thought the actors were getting the big bucks, think again. It's the freaking people above them that are writing everything and making it happen, producing it. Those are the ones getting the real money, not the puppets, the actors. So anyways, seems like we can't catch
That's
break.
really
It's like
respectful, calling them puppets. What is he then? I can't stand these people with saying adult pretenders are puppets.
I really have no clue what the f he say. Okay.
Adult pretenders are puppets.
I guess.
These actors and actresses and all these people in Disney Lucasfilm have a lot more going intellectually than you do, man, to call them a puppet. I mean, look at your title of your video. Look at the title of his video. It's lazy. You're a puppet for a narrative. You're a puppet for a narrative and a puppet to trolls on the internet.
Yeah, like, bro, you literally
That's who
make
the puppet is.
like you literally sell, like what Bruce said. He literally sells lightsabers and make doo-doo as AI fan films. Like, bro, no.
No, I don't have any problems with his fan films. I respect that part.
No, the AI. I'm talking about the AI.
I think it's pathetic calling other people puppets when he does the same video that everyone else does that clogs the algorithm. You know. Okay, so I think I don't want to watch any more of him. Let me see.
They don't really get the message that this is just the most ridiculous claim that can be made. And every time they make it, I'm going to make a video about it. And we got to just hammer down and really let it be known.
That's why you're going to.
Hi.
That's why you're going to make a video about it. Because it's the injustice. Okay.
It's just so erroneous and so ridiculous to make these kinds of claims. What am I talking about? Well, during an interview with Premiere, Ridley was asked if she
overall, I've been very well received. Can you read, bro?
No, he does not read.
Ridley was asked if she felt this violent reaction to Rey. No. She says no. I know that some people have expressed themselves negatively, but I don't pay attention to it. Literally, she says nothing bad here. She actually smooths over the situation. You know? She does damage control for the fandom. She doesn't join in with what the reporter is saying at all. She says,
Nah,
no,
bro,
no, no.
because you know how the reporters are. They bait these actors into saying something bad. But
I know, but she doesn't take the bait,
nah,
Anthony,
she doesn't.
and he's still
She doesn't.
complaining.
Yeah, she doesn't. She's a very smart
It doesn't
person.
concern her. No, no, no.
Yeah,
I can't change the way some men see women. Unfortunately, that's how society works.
Yeah, yeah. She's very smart when she.
And that's how she's chosen to respond from the hate from Star Wars fans.
Yep.
Overall,
She's
I've been
right.
very well received. I made
Right.
the choice to focus on the positive. Only a moron and a puppet would take the negative out of this quote.
Facts.
Star Wars theory. Only a moronic puppet would take the negative and spin it to a puppet narrative of YouTube. Okay? Out of this, the most positive quote I see from any Star Wars actor based on when they're asked about the fandom. All right, and that's where we'll end it. We might as well end at 3 hours there. I tried to go hot for you, Bruce, to give you a really hot clip. I tried to be like old school Max in that reaction. I don't know if I did enough. I'm a little tired, so surprised he hasn't thrown his headphones and started crying yet. Okay. All right. So, any other comments, Anthony? That was very meek. I try. Oh man. Anything else you want to mention, Anthony, before we end?
Nah, pretty much.
What have you been watching lately?
On Netflix, I've been watching Blacklist. Never watched that show before with the guy that does the voice of Ultron.
Oh, cool. I think I saw the Bad Boys. The new Bad Boys is on Netflix too now, I think.
Oh yeah, that was the Bad Boys of Life. Yeah, I saw that in theaters.
I really want to watch Axel F, especially since the actor passed.
Oh yeah,
because that was one of his last roles.
I wonder how they're gonna do him. I wonder how they're gonna do without his character in the 5th movie they're working on. So, oh no, it's 5th or 6th, whatever, whichever one they do. I can't remember how many movies it is.
All right, Anthony, you know what time it is?
Good night and good luck, everyone.
Where is Voltaire?
Good night and good luck, everyone.
Good night and good
night and good luck.
Good night and
good night and good luck, everyone. Oh my god.
All right, good night, everyone.
Good night and good luck, everyone.